each.
Just imagine a world where we call books bizzles now. Like, yes, I just read an excellent bizzle about Queen Victoria. Very dignified.
Now, I'm going to be full honest. I cannot distinguish male and female Thran, so I'm just going to choose one more or less at random.
I believe
Yeah, I kind of assume that all Thran are female, even when explicitly told one is male. Which is bad.
I just posted on Twitter.
But I mean, if you want one, Pat made the End of Laya art from yesterday. Just be a really sexy male Thran going on a mission to an abandoned mine to get medical equipment.
Madeline, you know I can't play any other kind, but I found an art which I'm going to use, and I know it's probably a female Thran because I'm pretty sure I've seen it used to portray a female Thran about a bajillion times.
Most of them are female Thran. She's only started making like explicitly male Thran recently.
Some of them have very obvious boobage, and this one does not. So
that's true. I mean, you can interpret it. They're pretty androgynous as a species. Is your Thrin still named Joey? Because that's not a Thrin name or a Rast name, really.
What's the Thran version of Joey?
I mean, I don't think we have it worked out enough yet. Like, it'd be something common, I guess, like...
Yoj.
I don't want to do the Thrin. Like, never mind, you can just be Joey.
It's a nickname.
Yasan or something. Yeah, I mean, maybe humans just renamed you. We do that. We just give names to things. Even things that already have perfectly good names. You had, like, a really long Thrin name, and we're just like, you're Joey now! Hey, Joey.
Don't worry, I have Threnized it by putting an apostrophe in the middle.
Nice.
Don't use apostrophes in their names.
Everyone knows the Thren are definitely space elves, and therefore have apostrophes in their name.
Don't you dare blaspheme. Thren are better than elves. Elves are terrible people. Thren genuinely care about the galaxy and work for its betterment.
So do elves.
An elf would just be like...
Depending on the lore. That's a broad statement to say. Elves are using so many things that can't make they work for the good of the galaxy. But I would say in a lot of fiction, elves work for the good of the world, not necessarily any individual person in it.
Which just happens to magically translate to better for elves 9 times out of 10.
Well, the elves are going to be there a really long time. So, like... Yeah. What can I say? If I was an elf,
thanks, Elrond.
Hey,
don't kill Isildur or take the ring from him or anything. Just let this play out because it would be awkward to do something about it.
I mean, it would be a dick move, Madeline. That's what I'm saying.
God, I don't know. Like, everyone in the backstory of the Lord of the Rings seems ridiculous when you think of it from that perspective. Like, okay, Gandalf, like, why don't you test the ring like 100 years ago instead of waiting for dark things to start creeping? Whatever. We don't have time to talk about this.
And Gandalf was very busy because all the other wizards fucked off. So he had to carry the entire wizard burden.
The wizard burden of what? Meddling in human affairs that they don't want meddled in? What do wizards even do?
Well, just because people
apart from be unhelpful and go on halves of quests, like only half of it. Gandalf just leaves at some point, so the characters can actually do things because they have an all-powerful wizard otherwise. Like, it's really a kind of lazy narrative for someone who spent so much time on world building. It's like, oh, I made an OP character, but I don't want to change that. Sorry. Probably tell I don't really love Tolkien that much, but I respect people who do. He did a lot of important things. Okay, here we are.
Yes, so...
Oh, hey, that's the Tithiga Trindar Bounty Hunter School.
Alright, so here we are. So, hey, Pirate Games. Here we are. And we are here on a DecoMission, if you will.
No.
You roll up in your sandhill, spouting dust behind you in the permanent twilight of Artophius. You're coming upon a mineral extraction and processing colony along the old decommissioned rail line. This colony predates the Trinity, but it is long since run dry and has been abandoned for years. Most people don't come out this way on account of there's no reason to. And you've been sent out here because you believe when the site was mothballed, vital cryogenic equipment was left behind the hospital unit. Because there was just no place to use this very particular piece of equipment, and, you know, a bit cumbersome to sell on the black market. Now, the situation has changed.
This totally abandoned facility.
Yeah.
Smugglers or malevolent entities from the planet itself? I'm betting smugglers.
I'm gonna split the difference and go Rast.
Yeah, so...
You're not from the planet
I already
itself.
said that I called smugglers.
The
You're
capital-
describing smugglers.
The
That's very
capital
racist.
is in need. The capital's hospital is in need of additional cryogenic units because of one colony in particular having an outbreak of a rather hard to treat disease. Now the cure exists, but there's no reason to manufacture it or means to manufacture it on your planet. So you're gonna wait for, like, you know, the many months it's gonna take someone to ship you the enough doses of the cure. In the meantime, the people with it need to be in cryogenics, and this is covering most of the pods at the capital hospital. And there's already some occupied for other reasons. This and shoving them into random passing ships' cryopods has not really created a good situation. So you've got a fairly important job here, but the reason that it's just 2 people is there's actually a good chance that the unit isn't operational. If it hasn't been powered on in many years, then it's possible that parts of it will just break when it gets powered back on. So you're part of a wide dragnet to go out to all the old areas that had such cryogenics units and pull out what's possible to try and, you know, gather it all. But, you know, mother's orders are mother's orders, and as you pull up upon the garage, you see no exterior lights. Just,
Yeah?
Yeah?
Sorry, I just had someone called me. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, you see a garage. It's vast door shut for many ages, and a side door beyond that. What you see on the map here is a rendition based on the schematics that you guys were equipped with before you got sent out on your mission by Mother. So, this is how the facility looked. This is how the colony looked before anything happened. Or like before it got abandoned. No news on the update. Although, key point here, there is a sub-level.
That's where the Rast will be.
So we didn't know that, or just you're mentioning that, like, the bit under the red line is a sub-level?
Yeah, I'm just mentioning that that's what the bit of the red line is. And AA and BB, the ladders, link up to passageways down, as does the sub-level lift. And as a general rule, there will be little broad thingies between every place that you can travel from. So if there's not a diagonal hallway in place, you cannot travel diagonally between those zones. But yeah, you guys are riding up. I believe one of you is the driver.
Yes, that is I, the one that I am. Me.
Do we think the cryopod will be in the hospital unit?
Yeah, the cryogenic stuff should be in the cryogenics pod area off the hospital unit.
Sounds to me like
I
what you
wonder
just
why the
rolled.
sub-level has been mapped out in exact detail. Then I'm sure that won't come up in any way if the hospital unit is on the first floor.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds to me like, yeah, we could pull up with the garage, or we could roll up tram control and have a much shorter walk.
Yeah, so
I mean,
you want
I
to
feel
drive...
We're supposed to park in the garage.
There's nothing stopping you from driving around to tram control.
Yeah, but what are the odds that a tram's gonna work great? I mean, yes, there's no reason not to do that, but on the other hand, like, we have a limited amount of map. I don't know if we want to blow through it and make it less map to go through.
I have a feeling it won't be so simple out of character. In character, I'm not here to explore, I'm here to get a cryo piece. Whatever.
Sure, fine. Ignore the garage.
Give me a piloting roll.
Go to tram control.
Cool.
I guess I'll push it.
Now, Joey, were you driving north or south around this facility?
I was thinking going around south, because that seems better. I also gotta go AFK for a sec, so...
Alright, so Joey drives south around the comms tower. And, you know, hits a slight bump, but he's fine. You're fine. It's all fine here. How are you? And brings the sandhill to a pause outside of tram control. Ba-doop, ba-doop. The party icon pops out. Before you, you find a door. It would appear to be depowered, as you would expect, because, you know, you think the reactor should be off. And it is closed shut to the exterior.
I try to open it using heavy machinery, I guess.
And any tool you want, maintenance jack or cutting torch would help if you'd like to use their benefits, but otherwise just make me a straight...
Probably just maintenance jack it open. I'm not sure if I'm ready to just, like, wantonly melt things in this facility. See, that's what you get for not committing violence.
This is what you get for not wantonly
Immediately punished.
Alright.
There we go.
You open it. You can use your stunt for whatever you would like.
I mean, I'd like to open that closed door in the future.
Alright, nice. So the door has been opened. You see inside of tram control. And you note that there are some lights on inside the facility. Mostly low power lights, but that wasn't really supposed to be the case, so that's interesting. But that's also a good sign, because if the cryo unit has been receiving base level power from the capacitors, then it is exponentially more likely to be in fully functional shape.
Do I notice any signs of habitation other than the dim lighting? Should I roll an observation?
Yeah, observation -2 because it is pretty dim lighting, unless you have some means of illuminating the whole area.
Nope. Didn't think to buy a flashlight, so this will go very poorly.
No,
oh, hey, I did it.
Yeah, so, you note what appear to be minor ATV skid marks coming in from the tram access port. Examining further down, you see that it looks like there is a breach deeper towards the tram runs underground, but the other aspects of it, like, it looks like there's a breach into the tram area where a bit of dirt slopes down in. From this, you can surmise that at some point, somebody took a breach through the hole in here, and based on the commonality of the skid marks, it looks like they were coming and going for some time.
Seems like an odd way to get in.
Does it look like they... Do they look recent? Or can I just not tell?
With one success, it's hard to tell. It doesn't look like there's anything here to disturb them since.
Yeah. Well, I guess so, like, terrain-wise, like, the streets start outside, right? Like, this is, I guess, cold ground, so would it preserve tread marks for a long time? Like, it's not, like, sand or wet slush or anything that would get rid of them?
Yeah, and, quote-unquote weather is infrequent on Autophius. So if you wanted to peek out the hole, you might be able to find where that went.
Sure, I do that.
Alright, you go down the tram hall away and then step out. I'm assuming that we will have combined party motion, but you're free to split off. Because
no, I'll stick with my pal, my buddy.
Running 2 people isn't exactly rocket science, so I'll be fine.
Who am I without my erstwhile partner?
Yeah, so
for I am Joey, and they gave me that name.
You pop your head out, and you see that
erstwhile means previous. You don't know whether or not we've been partners before. We're current partners.
The heavily tread, like, ATV tracks head off in a variety of different directions, but also linked up to go to the hole. You could roll me another observation, benefiting from binoculars if either of you have them, to divine more.
You're the worst equipped adventuring party ever, because I did not think to bring a flashlight, binoculars, anything.
Yeah, I didn't bring binoculars either. Like, I had the money, I just never buy observations enough because I'm not in charge of that. I hit things.
Alright, so, Joey, it looks like lots of tracks leave and Cal. Lots of tracks leave, lots of tracks come back. It looks like it vaguely mirrors the passage of the tram down below. Now, you know that the tram tunnels have been decommissioned and are not broadly traversable, particularly by vehicle in lots of places. But you know it used to run between lots of the old colonies. Now, officially, you know, you need to be given permission by Mother to scavenge any decommissioned facility. But unofficially, you know people do it. If you had to guess, you'd say that people have been coming and going from here, enough to imply that this isn't someplace that they came and hit once. This is someplace they were operating out of.
Well, that's a good
Of course,
sign.
it's fucking scavenging smugglers. Well, let's hope they weren't interested in medical equipment.
Or, you know, really cold ice cream. I had this guy I knew.
I
back
really
on-
don't see how that would be the worst case scenario.
And this guy I knew who used a cryo unit out of an old hospital that they were decommissioning to make a really dope ice cream maker.
Okay, but that wouldn't be terrible because then the cold units would be functioning and we'd be able to take those.
Unless they are currently in an ice cream shop, not in this base.
Yeah, but then they would be interested. You're right, okay, that makes sense. That's a reason you would want cryo equipment that's not medical. Alright, go check on the cryo equipment. Hopefully it hasn't been stolen for either of these two equally valid options. Using it for its intended medical purpose. Or
Alright.
ice cream.
You return and find that the internal door, its motion sensors seem to be working, and the door opens ahead of you.
Oh.
Cool.
Do
Yay!
we see security cameras?
You do. They're not everywhere in the
They're
base.
on?
So technically
We have a little
speaking,
blinking red light.
they're supposed to. So, security cameras manufactured under the Human Empire normally didn't indicate whether they were on or off. Trinity regulations meant you were
sense.
supposed to come back and install little red blinky lights. You see that the security cam in tram area has the little red blinky light installed. That little red blinky light isn't on. But this does create a tape
I mean,
your
is there
webcam
any way for us
scenario.
to tell with heavy machinery or tech that doesn't involve just going to the security room? I mean, there doesn't have to be.
There is a... So here's the thing. It had to be patched in somewhat crudely to the original camera network. So you see that there's like a wire running along the side, and there is a computer box. It would be Comtech, not heavy machinery, to be able to divine whether or not that camera is actually receiving power.
I'll give it a shot.
The facility does seem to be in
Hey,
low light
Joey.
mode.
Yeah, can you check out the cameras?
Yeah, would the system diagnostic device add the bonus here?
Yes, it would. Boop, boop. You jack into the port.
I
It
love
accepts
that
it.
thing.
The wanton orifice accepts it gleefully, and your careful ministrations bring it a sense of electricity as you divine that not only is the camera receiving power, but it is transmitting to a new location. A newly created node called Master. Now, a master node is normally employed in more simple architecture, where you're not expecting a variety of intrusion efforts or people of variable admin rights. Generally speaking, a master node would be reserved for either a simulated personality or a Fae, full artificial intelligence.
Or, my theory, the master from Fallout is here.
Well, hopefully you have a good enough dialogue to have him kill himself. But yeah, I mean, your stunts. I mean, you have stunts left over after extra information if you want to like not have to repeat
Yeah,
this
I'll
exact
want
same
to get
task
some more
again.
information. I'm going to do it sneaky. I'm going to do it stylish.
Okay.
I'm going to
Now,
do it fast.
I will say, the panel is in view of
No,
the
no, he's
camera.
done on Jackie.
So, if anybody is viewing
it's-
this feed, the fact you've accessed this will not be a secret. The fact that you've accessed everything you have, like, technically, is covered. But the fact that you physically walked up to and done this, if someone's watching the camera feed, they know that.
That's fair.
That being said, this is a place where you could deactivate this camera if you want. It would also cut off all subsidiary cameras, which would mean tram control and the exterior door leading to your sandhills cameras would go dark as well.
I don't see any reason to cut the cameras, to be honest.
All right.
I mean, well, if we can cut all of them, it might be worth doing, because then they won't know where we go from this. If there is a person actually watching. But then it would reveal that you're a good hacker. But I don't know, I feel like that might be... No, I mean, I guess we'll leave it for now.
Yeah, go through it. Cut the feed.
Alright, you cut
Yes.
all subsequent camera feeds from this location.
Do you know where the master node is located physically, Max? Or is it just like a computer space thing?
It's a computer space thing. Normally, it should have a physical address associated, but this one doesn't, which you know is non-standard, to say the least.
Yeah.
God, let's hope
This
it's not
master
new
node's
squite, not
address.
standard.
It's an aftermarket job, if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. Would you guys like to resume your travels to the east?
I mean...
Yeah, I have my cutting torch out, though. I mean, we would sneak, except you're not great at sneaking. I could try. Actually, I will try. I assume I'm the least sneakiest member of the party, since I'm...
Yeah, you...
Yes!
you
We
head
are god
forward.
at sneaking.
You head forward with agility and grace. You see that there is a camera at this intersection, and you it's actually one of the old affixed arm rotators. It is affixed and rotating, and you just slide through the dead spots. You move with agility and grace. You are undetected as you approach the door, the airlock into the hospital unit. You see that the emergency bolts are down. This would rather imply that somebody has either manually done this or the hospital unit's quarantine protocols have been activated.
Oh, huh.
Were there any diseases going around at the time this place was abandoned?
No, there was the only major disease outbreak in this colony's history is the one going on right now.
Oh, so when you say the emergency bolts are down, like, you mean that it is locked in a way it's not usually locked? I thought you meant like they were down in the sense that it wasn't that, like someone had opened it. Okay.
I mean, like, in addition to the normal functioning of the door, there's like bolts that have like run through it and rammed shut, making it impossible to open until they've been retracted or destroyed.
Okay, is there a computer box around here for Comtech, or am I just gonna have to cutting towards that?
There is a control panel, but if you guys would want to know more about how that would operate, give me a Comtech. But you do know that you could cutting torch through this door. It would take you some time, but, you know, you could Phantom Menace it.
Tech. See, PDAT bonus, whatever it's called.
No, this is about knowledge, not using a tool. Alright, roll me your panic, but... Joey, you would know that, quarantine control and override would only be able to be controlled from two locations. One would be the admin control for the colony in the north, and the other would, of course, be the AI core.
Well, it looks like we have three possible ways to override this. The AI core, admin control, and your cutting torch.
Are those closer than the amount of time it would take me to use my cutting torch?
Well, your cutting torch is right there on you, and I would say your cutting
That's
torch
the
takes about the same amount of
Yeah,
time.
so
as your
I'm going to
cutting
say...
And I see the AI core is all the way down there at the very end of that sub-level.
I'm going to say your party movement, like, per turn is, like, 3 squares on this map. So you would be, at 1, 2, 3 in the time it would take you to make one attempt on this door using your cutting torch.
Yeah, I'm gonna cutting torch it. Is it a close combat or heavy machinery?
They call it aggressive
Heavy
removal.
machinery.
Yeah, I guess it really doesn't matter. That's like exactly the same. Well, but then the bonus wouldn't. Wait, all right.
Yeah, you, do you want to do it in, like, half the time or anything like that?
Yeah, like just as quickly as possible. And I guess as quietly as possible, but it's probably not that quiet. It's a cutting torch.
Yeah, you singe your way through this door.
I remember this time. I always forget this.
As the door...
Try the power system.
Yeah, alright, so you're down to 4 or 5 power now. As you guys pop open the door and the hot, superheated metal edges of the middle of this door, like, plink over, you see the hospital well lit for a moment, before all of the lights, including the ones in the hallway, go dead.
We really should have bought a fucking flashlight.
Oh. We've definitely got company.
Oh yeah, no question. Now here's the real thing I'm thinking. I brought a stupid hand radio, like there was anyone to talk to with it. I could have brought some flares instead, which would have been much more useful.
Well, per the rules of ChangedStars, a radio has a 100-kilometer radius. So,
is there like a local music station I can pick up just to lighten the mood?
Yeah, there is a traditional yodeling channel. Yodeling is the music of Artophius.
I'll have myself a good yodel.
I mean, if we were in ChangedStars, we would have like phones. Can we use like our phone flashlight to be able to see normally?
Yeah,
that was an advantage.
I would say that as like rough and tumble frontier types, you both have comm boxes. You could whip out your comm box and turn on your like flashlight app. It will not be ideal, but it will mean that you can at least see around. You'll still take a negative to observation tests, but you won't be totally blind.
Sounds good.
Alright, so I'm assuming you flick them on and then look around the hospital unit.
Yeah.
And you, just to reference, have not officially stepped in yet.
No, stepping into the dark room sounds like a bad idea.
Okay.
Oh, look at that little turn order tracker. That's not suspicious.
Alright,
I'm assuming he's doing that just for the
give me
aesthetic of it. He really likes how that
give
little
me
box
an
looks on the screen.
observation minus only 1 because you have your comm boxes. And bear in mind, that means you have one of your hands is holding your phone. But yeah.
Hey!
Okay, well then.
Okay. Joey, you catch sight of something sickly come white. It's the stretched condom-like skin of an orderly synth.
Listen to loot.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it's what Working Joe looks like. I'm just being honest. An orderly synth. You know, this is an old synth that's long since been discontinued. It's wearing medical scrubs. And its gold, dead eyes watch you from behind a tarp dividing two, like, sickbed areas of the subdivided hospital unit floor. It watches you, inert. You're not sure if it's detected you or if it knows you've seen it yet, but it would have to be completely deactivated to have not noticed the door opening, and, well, the golden eyes are alight with something like electrical life behind them.
Do we know anything about Working Joes? Are they good at combat? Do they normally attack people?
Oh, so the orderly synths are old, and you just know them as old and the somewhat defective and brittle synths that haven't been manufactured in about a century, and where they are still in service, they are generally not given too many responsibilities, and people are careful to give them frequent memory wipes. There are debates in the Trinity as to whether or not an orderly synth counts as a sim or a full AI due to the primitive nature of their intelligence. But you do know that there was a Fenrir core chipset upgrade that definitively upgraded them to FAI. You don't think any more of those are around on account of most of them were used by mercenary outfits as backup security.
Ooh. I thought you were going to say most of them went on murdering sprees post-war.
Well, I'm probably going to open the door, see him, and be like, "What's up, Doc?"
Okay. His golden eyes alight and fix upon you. And, you hear a robotic voice call back. Mother has not invited you to the hospital. Why?
I disagree. We're here on the orders of Mother. Mother is very specific. Go here.
Mother has ordered you here?
Indeedly do.
Roll me a manipulate.
Yes.
Very well then. Standing by. You see that he like stands rigidly and his eyes sort of go like pulsing little green golden dots out from his irises. For the moment, he stands inert. That has taken one of your 3 moves to achieve.
Well.
Okay, do we see the cryo equipment?
You
Okay,
know
I guess I'll
that it
step
should
into
be.
the room now.
Yeah. All right. So it's 1 move. You know that it should be through this doorway, to the south. That's where the cryo stuff was.
Okay, let's go there.
All right. Yeah.
You see that there is a door. It's closed, but the bolts aren't dropped, so it shouldn't be too. Oh wait, thud. They were just dropped, and there's sort of a bit of a problem in the vents. They go, and the room starts to fill up a bit with a thicker sort of mist. Like there's a problem with, I don't know, maybe the atmospherics, maybe the air recycler.
Yeah, a problem, I'm sure, and not a deliberate attack on my lungs.
Yeah, and I would just note that in the mist, you do not know where the orderly is. But it's your turn.
Oh, I do not like that. Okay, I guess... I mean, do we want to retreat? I assume I need to cutting torch open this door.
Yeah, but the bolts dropped, you will.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna do that. So I got like 4 successes to heavy machinery last time. Can I just do it for free?
Yes, and rather than taking a full turn, I will say it costs you 2 moves, so the party will have 1 left if you want to step in after yourselves.
Yes, I'm also gonna draw my gun at this point.
Okay.
Yes, and like cover me. You should be facing outside with your gun.
Yes,
I will
I'm
cutting
doing
torch
this
open
thing.
the door. I'd love to reverse that, but you can't do the cutting torch.
And so, Max, you're overwatching, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that means you have intent to shoot. So if you see a figure moving in the shadow, you will open fire.
Not necessarily. I will probably, call and be like, hey.
So you're not intending to shoot the first thing that approaches.
No. That seems a bit much.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, yes, it is a bit much to do that.
If I think it was like charging at me through the mist, I'll probably shoot it. But if I see a figure moving,
all right. You guys step into the room, and you see that most of the cryo beds are still here, but one of them has been removed, and the central conduit that has the piece you're looking for has been utterly stripped, and very thoroughly the bits have been removed.
Deaky motherfucking dick.
Now,
Yeah,
Max, as you keep watch, you see a figure in the shadows come closer to you, golden eyes staring through the mist of its servos approaching.
I'm like, hey, Doc, what you coming over here for?
It does not respond to you.
Okay, then I'm gonna shoot it. That sounds like a good time to shoot it.
Alright, in the mists, you'll be receiving a -2 on your shot.
That's fair.
Okay.
Why'd I do that? I haven't. Let me roll 2 more dice because I forgot that you rolled a pistol instead of rolling range combat. Didn't matter.
Sure.
Look at this every time.
I do it every time too because every other game in the world
Okay.
that has a combat.
This is a 1 damage weapon, right?
Yeah, it's a service pistol.
Okay.
Yes, it's crappy.
Its innate properties of defensiveness, it's made of metal, not flesh. So you feel like the gun doesn't do as good as it might have, but you do tink it, and a bit of goopy white fluid leaks out through a punctured tube, staining its scrubs. It is the world's turn. This guy walks in, and he approaches you, and his hand flips back, and out shoots a little cutting torch. And you hear as it turns on.
It's a really weird equip for him. Orderly. But
indeed. It brings out, well, we gotta bring out the bolt gun. It comes and tries to give you a close shave around the neck.
well, it'll probably succeed.
I mean, actually, the bolt gun would kind of be better because it has to reload. Well, maybe robots don't have to reload the same way we do.
Do you
but
have
it's the same exact damage.
Do you have armor on?
No.
Okay. And what is your health again?
3.
Roll me a d66.
Oh, well,
Going
I
so
just want to
well.
say, for the record, this was a fun session.
Okay, it's probably not a critical injury.
Now, Max, you remember, you can't type d66. It won't work right.
Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. I do forget that every time.
All right.
Oh,
So,
that's a pretty
I was about to
high up
say.
there critical injury.
all right. So, let me look around here. For the
Severed leg.
Oh, God.
Can't run, only crawl.
Nice.
That's what 55 is.
So yeah, Joey has just sort of like hit the ground at 0 minus a leg.
Lee, is there something you have against my character's limbs?
You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. And yeah, that's the quote unquote the world's turn. It's the party's turn. Joey, you can crawl and you can speak halteringly. Cal, you can take a full turn. I will let you guys split your turns between each other as you see fit. I will note
Madeline.
that
I'm
in
gonna say like, ow.
the hospital unit there are several like auto docs type machines. It's possible that they are still operational, but obviously it doesn't look like this synth is eager to let you use them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna start with cutting torching the guy.
All right. He will roll only half of his armor, getting no successes. How will you be apportioning your successes? All damage?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could push him back, but I can't close the door. I just cutting torch through it, so I don't see how that'd be really helpful.
Yeah. You sear through him, and his chest
do
pops.
I get a sense of how much health he has? Should I push?
You feel like you've put him to a third of his health. With that.
I'm gonna push, because
All
we
right.
really don't have that much action economy here. We're 2 people and 1 is down. Okay, let me re-roll that. But
And
minus my 3
according to my advanced
successes,
mathematics
which
degree I got
never
to become a pilot.
do,
2 minus 1 is 1.
well,
All right.
that's not great. But I think it was worth doing anyway.
Yeah, roll me that sweet panic. Okay, and Joey, would you like to crawl anywhere or murmur anything as your turn?
I'm gonna crawl out from like immediately underfoot of the combat.
Oh, yeah. So you put some distance between yourself and what's going down here.
And probably mutter something like, ow.
I guess. Can I roll mobility to disengage to acquire some amount of cover, like by hiding behind one of the machines?
Yeah, roll maneuver to like hop behind one of the cryopods in this room.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so you managed to hop and slide over one of these and get down behind it. On the orderly's turn, it stands ramrod stiff, and its eyes blink, 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 loading screen again, and it steps backward, maintaining eye contact with you, into the mists.
What the fuck?
It is the party's turn.
Okay, so I don't have any idea how to use auto docks,
Uh,
or
if-
do I have access to them, or
So they're in the hospital unit. If you can turn them on, they basically operate themselves, and they will, like, if you can get Joey and Joey's leg onto an auto dock table and power it on, it should just try and save his life and reattach the leg. You know he's got a shift to live without medical attention.
Oh god. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna check around and see if I can turn them on, or is the power not controllable from this room?
So you're gonna check out the hospital? Step into the mist?
Well, no. First, I was gonna check in this room. Like,
Oh.
I don't know. Like,
Okay, so
clearly we
these...
don't have the kind of map where I can see where power comes
Okay,
from.
alright, so these cryo pods have had a crucial component stripped out from the middle. However, that's for long-term cryo. Currently, they would actually work to buy Joey more time to live. It's just that it would be days rather than decades. So you could put him in one and power on the cryopod. This room appears to be receiving power.
So then why can't I just use the auto dock?
Oh, you can. It's just that it's in the hospital unit, which is you'll have to move into the hospital unit.
Oh, okay. I just have to move into the hospital unit. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, I guess I will Joey you up for a crawl. Like, so I'll step out, still holding my cutting torch, I guess.
Mhm.
Whatever, like, just very cautiously, we'll try to get to one of the auto dock units.
With the darkness and the mist, roll me an observation -2 to cast your glance about here and find your way to what looks like a functional auto dock and not have any unfortunate surprises on your way.
Definitely in here.
You spot an auto dock that doesn't look like it's been salvaged. In fact, it looks like chairs have been arranged around it, and there are signs of use much more frequent than the others, which look very sufficiently mothballed. There's also a little, like, power. It looks like it's been jacked out of the power for the rest of the facility and attached to a small battery pack. Not a small battery pack, but like a backup generator. The backup generator is dead, but the auto dock is otherwise in fine condition. It would be a heavy mechanics to restore it in swift order.
Okay. Okay, so first of all, like, I'm gonna check the rest of the room. Like, as far as I can tell, the working Joe's no longer here.
As far as you can tell, yeah, so if the
And
observation...
by as far as I can tell, I mean, I searched the entire room. I don't just stand here and look at the mist.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. You'll be able to search. If you want to do a thorough search of the hospital in this turn, you will be able to cover 3/4 of it and finish up your sweep at the end. I will let you keep your 2 successes on the observation for that sweep, but you'll need to step into each square.
So
if you
if
want
I
to be
do
sure.
that, can I also, like, shove something in front of the longer extant door on my way?
Sure, you mean you just want to, like, roll, like, a gurney or something in front of it so someone would have to disturb it to get through, or do you want to try and properly barricade it?
Yeah, not to fully blockade it yet, but just to, like, give me a heads up.
As you walk by, you just shove a rolly table in front of this, and when you're done with that, you make you continue your sweep. You not finish it. Can I assume, Max, that you crawl up to the edge of the auto dock?
Yeah, I'm like.
Yeah. And are you? I guess Madeline's got to go back for your leg if she wants you to have it. But at the end of your turn, Madeline, you're here, and
did I not grab that?
oh, yeah. So
oh man, I forgot the leg.
when you get here, Madeline, you see that this door has also had its bolts dropped. I would note that not every door in this facility has, like, security bolts to drop. It's mostly for the quarantine procedures of the hospital unit. And it looks like the door has been locked here, and based on your observation, it looks like it happened very recently. And it looks like there's stuff disturbed around it, and there's also bits of leaked fluid trailing to it. If you had to guess, you'd say that the orderly withdrew through this door, and the door was then sealed behind it.
All right. That's something. Okay.
A different turn occurs. It's your turn again.
Wow.
At the beginning
Yeah,
of it,
who
for the
knows
first
what they're doing?
for
I'm
the-
sure it won't come back then.
for the first third of your turn, you come over here and finish your sweep. I assume. Actually, you might not. It's up to you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you finish up your sweep.
Well, I guess so. Did I really do I have to go back for the leg? Like I have to waste all of that movement? I just kind of assumed that I or Joe.
Yeah, no,
we didn't explicitly say that.
No, I mean honestly, I'll say that you would have picked up the leg. You knew. I'm saying you dropped it by the auto dock, and let Joey crawl up towards his own severed leg, which I'm sure was a very fun experience for him.
Okay, but yes, I'm still going to speak the last bit of the room just in case that was a misdirect.
Okay.
And it's smart enough to do that, or there's some other danger here.
Okay, so you come over here, and with a 2 on your observation that I'm going to let you keep carrying forward for the rest of the sweep, this is the end of the sweep, you find what appears to be an unassuming-looking box labeled insulin, but it's been cracked open, and it has some stuff around it it shouldn't. Peering inside, you find X2 medkits, and X1 a bottle of mushroom wine. It looks like this is a bit of a cache, if you will. You're free to loot them as part of your turn.
Yeah, I guess I'll take them. Even though I already had 2 medkits and I'm not drinking mushroom wine. Well, maybe. We'll see. We'll get out of this adventure first. Okay.
Under no
Now let's use the
circumstances
auto
will I
shot.
be drinking that
Alright,
mushroom
so-
wine. Okay, maybe.
1 move, 2 move, the end of your turn will be giving me the heavy machinery, can benefit from the maintenance jack, I'd say. Less so the torch. To
Alright.
move the emergency generator on and get this auto dock live. Okay, panic for me, and yeah, you keep it together. The auto dock whirs on, engaged in Maraude form surgery. Identified Thren. Identified physical trauma. Identified lack of leg. Identified somehow hit back off of the Roll20 table. What the fuck? Roll20, do you actually have a hotkey for fucking quitting the game that I somehow hit? Is it a fucking quotation mark? Are you fucking shitting me? Alright, well, let me just get back in here. And the auto dock makes its
I'm
roll.
tempted to try that now, but it would only compound our problems.
Alright, okay, so it succeeds with 1. So, Joey, you have a rough experience. You are going to gain 2 stress, and as the reality sets in, Cal, you're going to gain an extra 1 stress, and Joey, roll me a panic.
Alright.
Okay.
As you are put up at 1, oh, sorry, I put...
If the old machine will chop him or insert something weird into him and not do good surgery.
Yeah,
Teacup mode activated.
Well, it
Yeah.
depends on what sort of weird thing it inserts into me and where it does it.
Joey, you are awake, alive, alert.
Not a
for-
okay.
I mean, we don't know. We're only an hour in.
Yeah, so Joey, you have a bit of a traumatic experience, but your leg is roughly reattached, and you are up at 1. Welcome to Up at 1 Gaming, Joey. And, yeah, you, that's the end of Cal's and the party's turn, because Joey, you were just waiting there until it happened. And the little portable generator attached rolls its power, and it's still at 3 power. That's the party's turn. The world.
Alright, I get up and I'm like, ow. This is totally not worth it. Those fuckers can die.
I'm with you there.
Well, it also looks like the cryo piece was looted. I
Like-
didn't get to comment on that because I was a bit busy being delegged.
Mushroom wine to ease the pain? I found some in the janky smuggler stash over yonder.
I look at the bottle. Does it look like a good bottle?
It looks like a bottle of the mushroom wine made natively on this planet. So, let's just say it goes down rough.
Okay, I love myself some mushroom wine.
Bravo.
It doesn't go down
Doesn't
smooth.
go down smooth.
Alright, -1 to all witch rolls, -1 stress. Take a
And I'm
chug.
like, So yeah, it looks like the part isn't here anymore. We should go home.
I mean, but what if the smugglers here have it? On the other hand, you're right. Like, lots of people are going after it.
Well, I mean, you know, they have lots of people going to different facilities looking for it. Of all those ATV tracks, I mean, you know, they probably sold it.
Yeah. You have a radio if you want to call this in.
Oh, that's a good idea. I take out my radio. I go beep boop 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 boop. Ring.
So that's not how radios work, but
Can I feel the mist in this room? Where is it coming from?
You see it's coming out of the air scrubbers, and come to think of it, you feel like it's maybe not great to breathe because it doesn't taste like stuff you're supposed to breathe.
Just thinking that.
Oh yeah,
we should leave this room.
Yeah, let's go back to the hallway.
Yeah, so on your turn, you guys are gonna leave the med bay. Okay. So it's where I'm assuming you come back out here.
Yeah, probably
1,
retreat.
2.
In the direction whence we came.
And yeah, you guys step out here and you get on the radio, and you're. This is salvaging control dispatch. I am leading you out and clear. What is your situation?
Situation. I have to think the technical term is fucky. We made our way into the cryo chamber. It looks like this place isn't exactly as abandoned as advertised. A resistance has been encountered, and also the cryo part isn't here. Looks like it's been taken.
That is unfortunate. What do you mean by resistance?
Well, doors keep closing on us, lights keep going out, and we ran into it looks like an old left behind orderly working Joe doodly-doo, and it took my leg off.
Oh my God!
There's clearly some kind of group squatting here.
All right. Well, we're going to.
Don't worry, I put the leg back on. The leg is back on now.
Well. Well. Look.
You put the leg back on. I see.
I'm gonna get in contact with an emergency response team, but ERT isn't going to be able to make it out there for some time. You should get back to your sandhill and withdraw to dispatch. We will send in, we will flagging this for the ERT. Please withdraw and keep us abreast of the situation.
All right, Roger.
All right.
Oh, great. Let's go see if our vehicle got stolen.
Well, it's a good thing we parked closer to the hospital. Because one of my feet is really sore and one of them is weirdly not.
I'm going to say that conversation
I can't remember which one is which.
And yeah, something happens on this turn.
I wonder if it'll be the rescue rangers who come to help us and probably never appear on screen.
Yeah,
They're so cool.
It's the party's turn.
I mean,
yeah, so we're gonna continue cautiously retreating with our weapons out.
Are you gonna sneak, or are you going to?
I think sneak's probably a good idea.
If you sneak, I guess we'll try sneaking.
If you sneak, you'll only be able to go 2. If you go full speed, you can go 3.
Gosh,
that's actually a good point, because I mean, they know where they knew we were in the hospital room. They'll probably know we're going back to our vehicle. I feel like speed's better than stealth in this environment.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, we don't know if these are the same party, but I think speed is better than stealth too. I mean, I guess they must be affiliated in some way, or the working Joe would have fucked over the people who were clearly using the hospital unit. But it also didn't seem to be uniformly hostile. Something weird is going on here. Yeah, speed.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get here with a move of despair, and you see that the door, which once automatically opened for you, is now rather closed. There's no emergency bolts dropped or anything. You could maintenance jack this open or hack the console next to it, but it is going to take a moment to get through. Actually, Madeline, if you open the door... I
used my save success for the first door.
Yay! All right, and now the door opens for you. It doesn't take you any time because you have that saved success, really. And you step out here, and you see that this door has been rather, soldered closed.
Soldered? That's a weird choice.
More like melted closed. Yeah.
Well, it's not our turn.
It is the party's turn again.
Okay, I guess I cutting torch the door open.
Yeah, I was about to say, door closed. It is just a door yet to be open.
I'll make the check.
This is the party of the open door.
Yes, this is why you have to bring a roughneck and a pilot. Well, someone with comtech. It doesn't have to be a pilot specifically.
All right, yeah. So
no one else is proper heavy.
All right, yeah. You panic, but you also cut through the door.
Oh yes, my panic. I was looking for that. Oh, nervous twitch.
So
Go. I have nap relief if you need it, Joey.
So Joey's up to 3 panic again. Or 3 stress, it's called.
Yay.
Nice. So that's one of your 3 moves. When you guys get eyes on the sandhill again, give me an observation.
Has it got a freaking bomb in it? Is it gonna be one of those things where we go and you take the seat and it blows up?
I mean, I feel like if it were that, we'd get like a heavy machine. Well, it depends on the kind of bomb and where they put it.
Right. So Joey,
oh, look, another panic. That's fine. Nervous twitch again. It's fine.
Joey, you see a heavy set of footprints going to and leaving from the sandhill in an easterly direction.
All right. Probably like follow this footprints to the sandhill and see if there's any sign of them like messing with it.
Okay. You approach the sandhill. So 1 move, 2 moves. So you're at 2 or 3. You can tell as part of that observation, Joey, that it looks like somebody hopped in the back of the sandhill where like the crane arm is and pried open a panel to gain access to the middle chamber that controls the like engine block.
And I guess they stole like the fuel injector or some shit.
They touched my baby.
You could roll me a Comtech to run a diagnose. I mean, you guys will have to spend a movement entering the sandhill yourselves, but you can run a Comtech to do like a systems check, and you can do a heavy machinery to like check it over if you'd like after that. But do you want to get in the sandhill?
Wait, so you have to get in it to check its engine? That's not how our cars work. I mean, not even movement-wise. That just seems like a weird place to put your engine block access.
It is in the middle of the machine.
It makes sense if it's like a walk around, like an RV. Sometimes they'll have it as like a floor panel.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, you could examine it from the exterior, but you will only learn what is learnable from the exterior. And it looks like the track leads
from
inside.
the exterior, do we see any obvious traps?
No. The exterior seems unchanged other than that one part of the panel.
I guess we get in it.
Nope. Yeah.
Does anything happen before we roll our checks?
Nope. I mean, not that you observe. It's your turn. You guys are free to spend one turn, one of 3 moves, just sort of like, doing your heavy machinery or in Comtech respectively to just see what's up.
Yeah.
Does it cost me a move to take a nap relief?
No. You can just pop
I'd like to do that now. Alright. I'm just gonna do that real quickly, then I'll...
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'll roll my heavy machinery, and then I'll do that.
Alright, well, yeah, so Joey's gonna get a nervous twitch.
Then mine will go up, and then I'll take my nap relief, which will make all of the stress go away.
Joey, it looks like somebody has messed with the fuel indicator, and even though it says that you should be at full fuel, you won't be able to be sure. Cal, as part of the look back there, you see that a lot of the fuel has been siphoned, although there's still some, and you also see that under the ignition, it's been rigged up to cause an explosion if you turn on the sandhill. Or not turn on, but like you try and like drive. Yeah. You could roll me an additional heavy machinery to disable that.
Yeah. I will send these people to their gods.
So the sandhill is fixed, although it is still incredibly low on gas. You doing that will be turn 2 of 3. I don't know if Max wants to do anything during that period after learning what he learns.
Yeah, I mean, we'll tell her about it, and I'll be like, yes, this fucky.
Alright, so that puts us at 2 of 3 again.
Yeah, we almost go fuel on a horrible set. Wait, is that it? Like, don't you want to go scout or, like, at least keep watch outside or something? Actually,
Yeah.
maybe you shouldn't do that. You are kind of a delicate flower.
I want to at least look in the direction that the footprints went.
Sure. You pop out. Give me that observation. Yeah, you know, you can't help but notice that it looks like there's more footprints now. The first set hook around behind this cargo module. The next hook around behind the cryo module's exterior.
I feel like they were probably just right around here when we got out, and now they're... Should we maybe try to catch up with them? Take our gas back?
Well, which set? I mean,
well, I think
that
it's
would
the
be
same
the first set, which is the less recent set.
I'm assuming it's one person who went from our car and then hid behind here while we first went into our car. Then we saw we were distracted, went over here to get further away.
What? I mean, that distracted? Like, you rolled a 3 on your observation. Are they gods of hiding?
Well, I assume while we were like...
I mean, this is a zone-sized cargo thing, so, like, unless you have X-ray vision, you're not going to see someone standing here.
Okay.
This is the path that makes
sense. And
sense.
the observation was explicitly for checking out the sandhill and looking for tracks and shit. But you saw the tracks.
So, you know, it might be possible to catch them.
Wait, before we go, like, can we lock our car? Like, is there any way to prevent anyone from coming right back and re-sabotaging it?
I mean, so the door is locked, and you guys do have the key for that. It's just that, you know, it looks like something with superhuman strength pried open a panel of the sandhill.
Oh my god, is it the fucking working Joe? Orson? I don't know what it's called.
They call it orderlies.
I don't know.
Oh, what the fuck? Why do I have a fucking BIOS screen on my laptop? That's not good. Anyway, continue.
Okay, alright. So, yeah, I think now's the time when we begin to just track it, but just, like, go in a linear path to its last known location, i.e. here. Which we can't really make it to, but...
Alright, so so you guys just, like... So you hop out of the vehicle to join Joey, and you guys together, like, make an extra move in that direction?
Oh, did we just drive the vehicle to there?
You
and
could.
thereby do it more quickly?
Yeah, you could just... Yeah,
you probably enough gas for that.
Yeah, you consider... the sandhill is considered fueled 3. Every time you drive the sandhill, you'll make a roll for it like it's power. But it might hold out for a while. Joey can hop back in because he presumably just sort of poked his head out. And then you guys can have your final movement. Driving, Joey, give me your operate. No, I mean your pilot. Sorry, I'll be mixing up words.
Operate, lead. This is a bit out of my character's area of expertise. Then you want me to give a power roll each time I do it?
Yeah, roll me 3d6.
Why didn't that work? There we go.
Because you got rid of the 0 by accident.
Alright, so you're down. Alright, so it's down to 3 fuel, but you want to drive, like, in this direction, I'm assuming?
Well, wouldn't it be down to 2 if it started at 3 and loses 1? I know very basic arithmetics.
Yeah, it's down to 2. Yeah, so Max, I'm assuming you just drive.
3.
You drive easterly, right?
In an easterly direction. Okay,
you can move 1, 2, 3 spaces in the sandhill per move. It is like a large vehicle, but you know, it's 3 times as fast as walking. That's your turn. It is the world's turn, and yeah, this thing isn't very good at this, so it's only going to roll 4 dice.
Are we getting shot at?
No. You see a rather sickly white figure making mechanical movements, wearing a bit of a workman's uniform, heading east. They break cover from behind here, and they get to, like, here at the end of their turn, at the base of this, like, comms tower hill. And 1, 2, 3. It is now the party's turn.
Run it over.
Yeah, I mean, you want to try and fucking like road rage at Max?
I mean, I like the idea of road killing him, so I would like to endeavor to accomplish that.
All right, that's
you.
2/3. That'll be 2/3 of your turn to get 6. So roll me a piloting, and then roll me your fuel. Okay. Max.
You're just burning through gas.
Max, roll me 15d6 real quick.
15d6. Got you, sir.
All right, so you guys, it doesn't even turn around as impending doom comes on it. You guys hear like a thudding sound, and you see the metal on the front of your car bend terribly. And yeah, you go over it, and you know, presumably you drive around to see that it looks like it's still twitching after that, but it's fucked up a bit. Its head is not quite on right. Its arms are bent back in a weird position.
Mission accomplished.
Well, mission mostly accomplished. It's not dead yet. Is it still our turn?
Yeah, it's still your turn. You have one of 3, one move remaining.
Well, I think I'm gonna be before I completely kill him. Is it possible to like diagnostic device into him while he's still online, but you know, kind of splayed out to figure out where he put the fuel?
I'm gonna say that on this particular frontier colony, they still issue official salvaging teams the Fenrir Core digital diagnostician, which means that it would be able to be jacked into the brain of a synth.
Well. In that case, it sounds to me like we got some
Yeah, but bear in mind
that
synth ain't dead. Not by half.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, can I back over it?
Yeah. Give me another piloting. Okay. Roll me 20d6. And then roll me 1d6 for your fuel.
Wow, like stunningly low damage for that.
Oh, that should have been 1, but
neither's it comes up 1, so you're fine. Yeah, so, and I mean, you're free to do what you'd like if you have a ranged weapon, Madeline, but I assume you stay in the sand zone.
don't.
All right. 2, 3. And so this guy is going to flick back his hand and sort of move the gas canister's tip towards it and light into the fuel can that he siphoned the gas into. He is now on fire. So is the fuel supply you are after.
Okay, this guy's very rude. He's been run over twice. That is, everyone knows that is universal be dead. I mean, Mother says that. Like, we run over twice.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's also, I mean, like, the fire slash roll, that's going to be like an intensity 11 fire on him. So he crackles and burns and melts away a bit more, and he's got, like, pipes coming out of him. He's, like, his arm is fucked up, like, one of his arms is. He doesn't look like he's, really much longer for this world, but he manages to do that out of spite or perhaps control, on his way out of this world. It is the party's turn.
So is our gas gone? Like, even if we could manage to get to a fire extinguisher or something?
So if it's in the can, we could just seal the can and the fire would go out because oxygen.
Yeah, I mean,
but we'd have to get through the fire first, which would require something like a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the sandhill, as part of your safety protocols, has a fire extinguisher on board. You need to roll a maneuver to get out there really quickly and potentially save some of the fuel. But in your professional opinion, even if you save some of it, it won't be a lot.
Well, it's worth a shot, I say.
I mean, I don't think it's worth a shot. Like, we're risking burning death for fuel that we probably can't get anyway. We might just have to find some other fuel.
Yeah,
I mean, you can go for it.
You do know
I'm gonna
that
go for it.
ATVs use the same fuel that a sandhill does.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's a good point.
Oh, yeah. You're gonna have to take on the smugglers. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they've got fuel.
Never mind then. Let's go get some more fuel. However, we should probably just like, can I just like pop out of the window and just cap Mr. Robot a few
By all
times?
means, make me a shot.
Yes, shoot into the flames. Let's be
All right,
just
roll
as
me that
spiteful
panic.
as he is.
So, okay, you managed to get 1 damage through. He's still, in a rough sense, moving. He's a bit fucked up, but he's not at 0 HP. Yeah, you keep it together. You want to shoot again? That'll be 2/3 of your party's move, or... And also, you're out of ammo, so you actually have to stop and reload, and then shoot again. And then he rolls armor, and that bullet pinks, and you run out of ammo again. By default, you have 3 reloads, so you are down to your final magazine. And you freeze.
Just wait until he burns to death, dude. Stop
Okay,
wasting
yeah,
your
fuck
little
it. It can
tissue.
burn to death out here. Let's go back. And
Here's the thing, Max. You have to shoot twice, reload, and then
Until it
freeze.
burns to death.
Yeah, does Cal want to drive?
Like,
Otherwise,
you don't know. Yeah, we also can't really do that because you just spent the turn anyway.
yeah. So that's what you guys do. I mean, does Cal want to do anything
Yeah.
while Joey's shooting? I'm assuming not.
No, I don't particularly feel like leaving the car next to the blazing inferno.
All right, and you do gain a stress, as does Max when he freezes. And yeah,
Oh, fuck.
on the world's turn, that fire rises to a brief crescendo, and with a snap, crackle, and pop, vital elements of that orderly are fried, as it is left a seared and ashen flaming corpse next to what was once your fuel supply.
Well, I hope that they have the ATV fuel.
Yeah, let's go do to someone what he did to us.
Yeah, so that is the world. Yeah, that's the world's turn. It's gonna be the party's turn again.
Okay, I think we might want to leave the thing. I think we've only got 1 fuel left.
Yeah, I guess. Just leave it here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to leave our nice armor protection, but yeah, we don't know if we can find other fuel yet.
Yeah, and remember, Max,
Yeah,
the next time
tower isn't too far of a walk from here, so we can just enter there.
the next time you panic shooting your gun, Max, that's it for bullets you brought.
Fascinating. I hope we find another gun by that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me see if I can switch chat up here. But yeah, so I mean, it's the party's turn. If you guys have agreed, hey, Lerb, do you guys are free to, if you would like,
so I
break
guess-
out.
Yeah, so we'd like to leave the sandhill and then I guess re-enter the building at the nearest available point of. Well, I don't know. Why not just walk outside? Would it be faster? No, I guess we'd have to go around. It's probably smarter to go inside. And where did we see the ATV tracks leading off to before?
The ATV tracks lead out from the tram tunnel to a variety of like other locations, like other facilities a distance away from here. And it looks like they all essentially returned to here.
Okay. Wait, so the tram is their base of operations?
Well, at least seemed to be where they were driving into and out of at some point. However, we didn't see any ATVs while in there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we would have noticed. Okay. I mean, let's go inside first, and then I think we probably want to find a way to the sub-level. I just feel like that's where suspicious criminals lurk.
That's a good point.
Sure. So you guys
Everyone knows that there's some logic to it.
You guys do have
harassed.
control over the party token, if you guys want to move it.
Yeah.
And you can pop out
So
as
we're
long as
going
you
to the comp tower?
Alright, so you get 1, 2, 3. You can get to the door. If you guys want to cut quickly up, though, I would let you get a maneuver to be, like, in the door this turn. Otherwise, you'll be outside.
From it.
From what?
Like, from the worst person, or just in general?
Yeah, from whoever has worst maneuver. Mobility.
The thing is, I think we have the
Okay,
same
okay.
maneuver. We both have 4 mobility, right?
Yeah, so you panic, we managed to get in.
Jeez.
Although in the future,
Pilot,
it's
why don't you
beneficial to let me
better-
roll because I have,
Alright.
I can push agility rolls twice.
Yeah, so you guys make it in, and you see a familiar, damaged orderly. He's holding a scoped rifle, and,
Wait, shit, I thought that one was the one that we fought before.
That one
You
was-
said he was damaged.
oh, sorry, did I? No, he wasn't damaged before you ran him over.
Oh, I really thought that it was the same one. Like, I thought you mentioned, okay, maybe I just...
It occurs to me
misinterpreted
now,
that.
so, like, these guys were supposed to have health bars on them, but I forgot that Roll20 has changed how you show health bars, so I thought you could see that that guy was at full. My bad. Alright. So yeah, he's gonna give you a little hello there. Here's a question. Which one of you thinks that you would be out front?
I probably would be, because I've been dealing with most of the doors.
Yeah, and she has the cutting torch.
Want me to roll armor?
Yeah. Roll armor. It's not AP.
I mean, not actual armor, but always resilient, which
Alright,
doesn't
so-
really do armor piercing.
Alright, so you only take 2 damage. So you're at 3 of 5 now. It becomes the world's turn. And so... yeah, this guy is going to step back through a door, which is temporarily closed behind him.
Well, rude, first off.
Meanwhile, we're back to the
I
party.
mean, less rude than shooting us in the face.
You see that in this room, which is dimly lit, there is a place that has, like, crumpled snack bags and, like, empty bottles of water and shit. And there's also, next to it, like, a filing cabinet box. But inside, you see, like, a tray of bullets. And you find X3 rifle reloads there. Additionally, you find a pair of binoculars.
Binoculars! Not quite as
Yeah.
good as a flashlight,
Yeah,
but
you could roll
cool.
if you want to search this place more thoroughly. At the start of your turn, you could give me an observation. Otherwise, you can go about whatever you'd like to.
Now here's the real question.
Yeah.
Do the binoculars apply to that observation?
Okay,
Sure.
we're not taking the observation. Let's go after the enemy shooting at us with a sniper rifle and deal with whatever chip crumbs are here later.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because now we have rifle reloads.
Like, I'm not waiting around.
I want that freaking rifle.
I'm going after that guy.
All right, so you can. I think you can still just pop these doors open pretty easily.
Because they don't have them quarantine bolts.
Yeah, you pop through, and you do see at medium range that this guy has reached the sub-level lift, and he would appear to be having intent to board. He hasn't had the action economy to ready up enough for Overwatch, but he's certainly watching to his south. There's not a doorway between you and him, so Max, if you wanted to, you could, like, aim a shot.
I will pop you a shotty.
Well, wait, why can't they get there? Isn't that 3 moves? Like 1, 2, 3?
Oh yeah, so actually you could get in the mix with him and melee him. I don't know if Joey would want to get to that range as well.
I'm gonna pop you a shotty. You can charge in. That sounds like a plan to me.
So Joey will hold back at medium range,
Yeah.
Cal will close, and you'll both get an attack.
I'm gonna push that. This is stupid.
Wow, you have a lot of stress, and despite not having a lot of stress, I panic.
Are you
It
kidding
happens.
me? Oh, I'm out of ammo.
Hmm.
I hate this game.
No, gotta get that rifle.
Yeah. What's the cutting torch's
Gotta roll that
fuel
panic
at?
too.
Oh, and I freeze again. Isn't that
He
fun?
gets no armor success. Joey does 2 damage, which is how much health he had remaining. Joey is thankfully far enough away from you that while he gains an extra stress, you don't, Cal. Cal, you keep it together.
You wouldn't have me that nap relief, would you?
And, yeah, no. Joey slugs straight between its eyes, and you see a ripped apart motherboard, and Joey just sunk a bullet straight into the AI core of this orderly, and he stumbles back, making an error, as a gush of icky white translucent substance just bathes out over the front of his damaged scrubs. And I think that movement and fighting will be the action economy of the team. And yeah. Now, Cal, you closed into melee range on this guy. He was standing in the middle of a lift down to the sublevel. On your turn, that lift activates. If you'd like to, as a reaction, make me maneuver to like dodge roll off that lift, you can.
Grab the rifle.
You cannot do. You cannot. If you had stunts, you might be able to both grab the rifle and get off the platform.
I think I'll probably just ride down in the lift.
Okay.
And then, like, assuming nothing immediately attacks me, I'll bring it back up.
All right. As the lift goes down, you hear a snapping metallic sound as what sounds like the control guides break off under pressure, and you roll me a stamina as it plummets to the ground.
Should have known. I thought earlier at the beginning of this adventure, like, gosh, we sure better take the stairs. The lift is probably, like, super broken at this point.
Yeah, you managed to take the fall without taking any damage. And you keep it together from the panic. You're down at the bottom. However, you do hear from the various pipes along the wall hissing, and you get the feeling like this is becoming a less habitable environment.
We'll survive all the enemies trying to kill us and then die from asbestos. I mean, the Trinity can probably fix that by now.
Yeah.
Probably.
So I'm up here. This is great because we're split up now. I have no weapons.
No weapon.
Okay. I have a plan though, and it's a pretty great plan.
Well,
I'm gonna rely on my sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean, it's both of our turns now, so can I, grab the rifle and, like, holster it?
Yeah, so you, you move the rifle. I'm not gonna call that a move on this scale.
Well, I guess this goes out. Well, so can I, like, tear off the roof and just climb back up?
There is, like, an emergency access, series of rungs. It looks like when the lift went out of control, some of them got bent and mangled. So it will be a maneuver to ascend here.
I'll risk it. Otherwise, we're gonna have to move around, and, I mean, Joey will probably die. I'm gonna stress that out.
You managed to, ascend as one of your 3 moves. Joey, do you want to move back to the comms tower or down to Cal, or?
I mean, at this point, all I know is she fell down. So before she crawls back up, I'm probably just gonna, radio the base, being like, things got even more fucky.
They're like, oh, were you able to leave in the sandhill?
No.
Shelter in place. ERT is 50 minutes out.
All right. Well, I hope for our corpses will still be warm for them by then. Over and out.
Barricade yourself someplace.
Like, they're not better trained to deal with this than we are. We're not gonna remote access our way through this facility.
Yeah. So you see
That
Joey.
actually would be kind of funny. Like, they should probably be trained for this.
Yeah. After that radio call, you see Cal climb up.
Oh, hey, Cal's back. No, we'll be fine. Okay, have a nice day.
Yeah. So, do you want to move towards her? That would be 2 moves.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you should move towards each other. You can meet in the middle.
Yeah, let's do that.
Whoop.
Cooperation.
And that leaves the team with one move once it has been reunited.
I hand you the rifle first off, and I'm like, so the lower level is filling with the same kind of, I'm just going to call it mysterious air particle gas as the hospital unit.
That is unfortunate. Should have brought a freaking gas mask, man.
We really should have brought, like, you know, our Trinity-issued spacesuits, yeah. But they were like,
Speaking
no,
of
this
brought
planet is
things,
breathable air.
Did you bring any napper leaf?
Yes. Here you go.
Thank you. I nap a leave.
Yeah, you set yourself to 0 on the stress.
One thing I never really thought about.
Yeah, pop a nap.
But you're now, oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're in a slightly better situation. Joey now has a rifle with some
And
ammo.
One of the rifles is it 2.2?
It's like, I'm not gonna say it's necessarily 2.2, but it's smaller caliber. And yeah, sorry, you're not asking me if it's 2.2. You're asking me if it's mod 2 damage 2. Yes, it is. It's mod 2 damage 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
range.
not like a .22. That would barely be a combat appropriate. That wouldn't be a combat appropriate weapon.
Yeah. So
I'm pretty sure Ada has a .22 rifle. It's crap.
Yeah,
it does. Very deliberately. It's the varmint rifle. It's shit. But yeah.
2.2 is the gun, the ammo you shoot yourself with to build up resistance to real bullets.
Yeah. So you're alive, and you're doing fine, Max. What do you want to do?
Yeah, now we need to decide. Do we still want to go downstairs? Because, I mean, the A level stairs are over this way. Or we could try looking around at the, like, admin and security stuff.
Okay, I mean, admin and security might not be a bad bet. The garage might have fuel. Or we could literally just
we might
try
want to just go in that
to
direction.
hold up in a place till the backup gets here in about an hour.
You could.
Yeah, let's go poke around in the garage area. We'll see if we can find somewhere more defensible.
That's not a
or
bad idea.
fuel. Or something better. Who knows? I'd really like to find that cryo thing. I mean, I bet the people here, I mean, hopefully they haven't sold it. Like, if it's still around here, we could still really use that, and it would repay us for some of our pain and suffering.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not sure people is the right term to use for the things around here.
Yeah, you passed the sub-level lift.
What's with the fucking ships? And the auto duck healing. There's clearly some kind of person here. It's not just
there was some kind of person here. My theory is that there were smugglers, and then some sort of AI thing killed them all.
I mean, maybe, but with like the
I haven't seen any
stuff, like,
signs of people currently living here. We've only seen...
Why don't we have a bunch of blood and shit and corpses? Like, I don't think they were going to clean up after us. They're not cleaning robots. They're medic.
They're probably clean up. You know, you don't want blood everywhere. They corrodes.
How clean does the facility look? Like, is someone dealing with dust and baby insects and stuff?
So it looks like kind of trashed, but it doesn't look like anything that would cause corrosion or damage has been left fully unattended in like a major way. It is actually in slightly better condition than these normally are, in part because it looks like it's remained on low power mode, which again implies that the reactor is actually on. So yeah, it's your turn again. The world doesn't seem to do anything that you can observe.
Okay, we continue heading to the direction of the garage.
Right.
So I guess
the doors are once again responding to you. So, like, yeah, so there is a door here, but it opens automatically when you approach. And you pass into the ore control room.
Cool.
It's got, like, little conveyor belts and shit that people could put their ore on, and that leads up to the ore processing area. There's also, like, a little, like, walk-through TSA scanner just to make sure nobody's, like, pocketing the ore or whatever. But yeah, that's 3 moves. When you get here, the little, like... roll me an observation. Wherever is you is best at it.
Who has binoculars?
You do, I think. I didn't put them on my inventory.
Alright, cool. The binoculars count.
If you would, I mean, I don't think so. Because
I'm walking around with them like this, Lee. You know how I do. I'm kidding.
Yeah, like.
You just walk around with binoculars
I
out
see
in front
nothing.
of you.
Yeah. You guys hear a lot of lights. You guys hear a lot of sounds and hear a lot of lights as like conveyors start back up around you, and like the little like metal beeper goes off as if though someone had walked through it with ore, making a very loud, impossible to miss, obnoxious sound near you. And the conveyor belts have restarted. Lots of noise, very distracting. It would be easy to miss minor details of anything else happening at the moment. And at around that time, you guys don't manage to hear a pretty...
My gosh, a little conveyor belt motion. I just saw that. It's so cool.
Yeah. I like to use it in Fallout, but GIFs, in Webms, unfortunately, like, throttle the performance of Roll20. Maybe they're better now. But yeah, you don't notice the turret rolling out until it's already full auto-firing.
Oof.
Oh my fucking god.
Now, it doesn't have multiple shots to distribute.
Seriously? Like, we're Trinity and it's Trinity. Are we not, like, program safe? Does it shoot anyone who comes to a mining facility?
In general, Trinity, like, so you know this, like, comes out of, like, a somewhat concealed compartment. The Trinity doesn't have, like, bullet turrets overwatching their,
it's just not Trinity. Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. So, smugglers attend to install fucking turrets? Damn.
This was a human empire facility.
Mm-hmm. And it does look like an old fucking turret that hasn't fired in a long time. But it is going to take aim at Cal. Who just sort of like takes it on the step up or lift. Cal just says step up a lift, bruv. And then suddenly herd immunity. It's the party's turn. There are bullets whizzing all about you, but you know, you're free to move. You can, of course, withdraw from this zone. The turret doesn't seem to have legs to follow you. Or you could do something to destroy it, or any of a number of other things. There's also, like, lots of cover around the room that you can get in if you want to be in some sort of protracted arrangement with this turret.
I don't see any reason to. I think we should just get the fuck out of here.
Oh, no, we want to get through here. Like, gonna just go up and destroy the turret?
It's on the ceiling, but there's stuff you can stand on nearby. I'm saying it would impose a -1 on a melee attack against it, but you can still target it.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Alright. Okay.
God damn it.
That is a hit. That is an armor-piercing hit. And Max, how would you act? It looks like it's almost perfectly destroyed by a single arc of Cal's cutting torch.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna aim and fire at it with my new rifle.
Alright. Yeah.
We're so good at hitting things, Madeline. It's honestly impressive.
You manage to hit the ammo box, and it explodes like a little rain of firework, some of them casually singeing Cal's shoulder. No issue, really. The RS turret is fucked and destroyed.
Yay, we did it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that ate up like 2 out of 3 of your turns because the relationship between zone movement and combat movement is kind of fucky. But you can move once if you guys want.
Okay, let's, I guess, like, start going into cargo and requisitions, or go up to that, whatever we can do.
Alright, yeah. There
but
is...
now we'll be much more cautious about turrets, and if we see one, we will jump back.
Alright, yeah. Give me an observation as you travel, and the door, again, automatically opens for you as you enter.
Can Max pull up the binoculars now?
Yes,
so
I can pull up the
we know that
binoculars.
there are
Like,
turrets?
Yeah, you can study...
What dangers lie? What dangers lie in wait in such a treacherous place? It's a good thing I use binoculars.
You see that there's one cargo container that looks like it's been rough weatherized, and like part of it has been seared off to add another, and it looks like one of those like cargo container houses. It even has a little balcony up top. Nobody seems to be home at the moment, though. As you peer inside, you see 3 stacked human bodies and 1 dead rast.
Told you.
They appear to have been shot in the head with bolt guns.
Told you.
Okay.
Might be worth poking around their house to see if they had anything worthwhile.
Sure, if you guys want to spend... It is to the south, so...
Yeah, I mean, so do they look like... Yeah, well, I don't think we have the turn economy. We already moved, like... That was our last thing.
Yeah, that was your last thing. So, like, you guys will be able to go check out the crate house. Crate house on your next turn. Oh god, did I remember to set all of these, like, labeled rooms to visible? Or am I... Well, you guys can see this is the cargo and requisitions. Can you see stuff like this is away command?
Yeah.
Okay.
I explicitly... no. That one's not labeled. Like,
Oh.
about half of them are labeled, I'd say.
Shit. Alright, I'll try and figure out how to determine that. But yeah, so in the meantime, when the world turn comes up, the door behind you again locks. And the other doors in and out of this room also lock. Or at least they, like...
Well, I don't like this.
Shut, but you know.
This tells me...
Just like, we're a fucking Trinity salvage mission, you assholes!
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Like, you are stopping sick children from living. I hope you feel good about yourselves.
I'm pretty sure it's an
Yeah,
AI.
you do hear a response over the radio, and it says simply, calculated. It is the party's turn again. Although, if you are going to have Joey, like, being very cautious as you approach, you'll only be able to move 2, but Joey will make an observation with the benefit of the binoculars to see if there's anything, you know, untoward up ahead.
I think the caution might be nice.
I guess.
Alright, I'll make the observation then. What do I see with my binocular eyes? That's what we call a 7-10 split.
You hear the dull, like, sound of an automated forklift driving somewhere in the dark. That being said, you're able to reach the crate house before it can reach you, and the crate house has doors you can close.
Yes, let us lock ourselves in the crate house where
Trying
no
to
thing's
do to
ever
us
gone
what
wrong
we
for
did
any
to
people.
its pet. Hey, they were probably moved here after death.
Yeah, so
Yeah, let's close those doors.
You're, you know, in the crate house. There are, of course, 3 dead humans and a rast here. And obviously a lot of blood.
Do they look like smugglers?
Yeah, they look the part. They are wearing highly ruggedized outfits that look like they're wearing maintenance rigs, which, as a note, are worth armor 2. And they all have weapon holsters. However, the only weapons that remain upon a cursory inspection are a Rastian shoehorn, bonus 1 damage to AP, and a
that's actually not bad.
and 1 EVA pistol.
That is going to be like a literal shoehorn.
Yeah. So you guys are inside of this this crate. And this crate house with like a bolted on crate to the side and everything. It looks pretty nice. There's a balcony up top and everything. You can hear the whirring of an automated forklift somewhere outside. But you've got the doors closed.
Do you want either of the weapons, Joey?
Sorry, what'd you say? You cut out.
Do you want either of the weapons?
Do you want the weapons?
I mean, I'll take the EVA pistol. Why not?
Yeah.
I won't really be able to do much.
As you glance
Because
around,
then we can both
yeah.
shoot instead of just you.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you can have it. Go ahead. I thought you wouldn't want one, but yeah, take it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you see...
I'm not obviously great at shooting, but, like, sometimes we need range.
I have a plan. We just lock ourselves in this building for the next however long it is until the rescue
I'd
team
love to
shows
be
up.
somewhere that's not, like, two crates. I feel like this is not a very defensible location long-term. But I'm glad we stole their stuff.
You're probably right, but do you have a plan for killing a forklift?
I mean, I don't think we necessarily kill it, we just avoid it and go elsewhere. I mean, it can't be that hard to kill a forklift. Like, I guess you ride it and then you stab into its engine a whole bunch?
I don't know,
It's
you're the engine
probably, like,
person.
a possible thing.
Wait, there was a balcony, right?
Sure.
Yeah, there's an upper balcony. You guys can climb up the ladder and just peer down at the
that sounds
forklift
good.
below.
Yeah, we could probably shoot it.
To the balcony.
I'd like to take one of those maintenance rigs too first, from a dead bloody corpse.
Nice and bloodstained. Very official feeling. And yeah, you guys hop up to the crate balcony.
Come on, there's even a rasp. Well, you're not a rasp, you're a Thren, so it doesn't really
Yeah,
matter.
I guess I'll wear another bloody stained maintenance wig. How much armor is that?
2. It
I'll
also conveys a +2 bonus to climbing.
Ah.
Ooh, nice.
Yes, you guys climb up on the balcony and you see an automated forklift that is definitely not familiar to you at all, Max, outside. It's trying...
Oh, no, yeah, that's a completely new thing to me. I've never seen that before.
Yes, you guys moved once.
That's a forklift? It looks like a
really got
mecha.
up. I think it's the world's turn by the time you guys are getting up here. It rams
Yeah,
into the
probably.
door. And it doesn't manage to make any progress on the door. It is you guys' turn. You can take a standard combat turn, unless you're thinking of maybe something more creative. Or significantly different.
I mean, as stupid as it
Do we know where the weakness of a forklift is? Like, if I wanted to drop down on it and, like, cutting towards where its power center...
Yeah,
I don't know what forklifts have. Especially the forklifts that look like mechas.
Yeah, I
might in character.
Yeah, Cal knows the weak spot of such a thing, and you gain a +2 to attacks against it. I think it's got about 5 health. And, like, 4 armor, but, if you're using AP on
I know
it...
where the weak spot is. I mean, we could just shoot it from up here.
Yeah.
Except I'm not great at shooting. Well, you take your shot first, Max, and if you do a bad job, then I'll just jump down on it and ride it like a bear.
Alright. I take the shot.
Indeed. And as the rifle cracks, to herald the coming of the miss.
I'm not even gonna push that. I'm done.
All
I'm
right.
so done. Just jump on it and kill it.
Okay, I'm gonna jump down on it and try to melee it.
Alright, give us the attack with a positive modifier of 2 for your knowledge of its weak point. Alright, AP, it's only gonna get 2 of its armor. Yeah, so that
I'm gonna push that because it's not dead yet. Okay, so then there's 3. Not that this has ever really turned out in my favor. Yep, of course it doesn't work. Okay, so we'll roll the panic, we'll roll the power.
Alright,
I'll just be clinging to its back.
now 9 is drop
Head
item,
or
right?
something.
Yeah, okay. What happens is you drop your comm box that you've been holding for a light. Roll me 1d4. Yeah, it's fine. It's just on the ground.
I was gonna be like, no, I didn't back up my photos and everything.
Yay. So, it is going to, rotate around and try and just, slam you bodily into the door. It does not manage to do so in a meaningfully damaging capacity. It is the party's turn again.
I believe you should continue your attack.
So, luckily, my cutting torch didn't drop, so I'm gonna attack it again.
And I'm gonna keep an eye out on the surrounding area while she does that, because
Yeah, okay. You fucking steer through this thing. Snap, crapple, and pop. Even it rolled all two, Scott, against you. It is destroyed and goes inert as you destroy its main power box with a whoosh. And as that happens, you feel us going to the 10-minute break.
All right.
Why the fuck is it still not sending me? I thought it was being dumb. The fuck? Can I send it in the Diesel Shot Twitch chat? At this point, I'll take anything.
Greetings and salutations.
Oh, right as we reach in 43. All right.
Okay, is it still our turn, or is it
Yeah,
the world turn?
Yeah, I mean, you guys, like...
I think, well, actually, it should still be our turn. Like a combat round, so we've probably got like 2 out of 3 left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
all right.
well.
Hey, oh, I guess I should back to Joey. Like, hey, what do you think we should do now?
I mean, we could keep headed towards the garage, or something else.
And come down here.
Yeah. Poke around, see if we find anything useful in them crates.
Sure, if you want to, like,
Well,
search...
I guess I'll go in the other. Actually, yeah, you're right. We already found everything in this house. But yeah, it'd be nice to see if there's anything useful in the rest of the crates.
Yeah, you guys can make me a sweep. It'll be just roll me an observation and tell me which one of these other squares you want to head out to.
Okay, so let's not detour too much. Just search the square on the way we would go anyway to just go forward.
Yeah.
On our way to the garage.
All right, so you going up and to the right or straight to the right?
Straight. But it looks like all of the squares have crates on them.
All right, give me an observation. This will not benefit from the binoculars because you're looking inside the crates.
No, looking inside crates works.
What's in this crate? Mm.
Damn.
You want to push that?
It should be real.
Yeah, I'll push it.
Bondo strap.
Hey.
Yeah. You find a crate that has X1 maintenance jack and X6 bolts.
Oh, like for a bolt gun, which we don't have. But I mean, we might find if we can rip one from the exoskeleton of a... God, I cannot remember what type of synth they are. Whatever. Robo people.
Yeah. Certainly.
Do you want a maintenance jack? I mean, I already have one. And another melee weapon. And another melee weapon.
I'm assuming that's no from Max. But yeah, there's a locked door ahead of you guys.
I'll take it then.
I don't really need it.
Yeah, the doors in the cargo area are a little bit different. You're gonna need to make me a maintenance check if you want to open it. I mean, I'm a heavy machinery.
I know what you mean.
Nice. You pop it open. And you can use your stunt for whatever you'd like. Like, doing it faster would mean it doesn't take a move or anything like that.
Let's do it faster.
Alright, so 1, 2, and I'm assuming you want to come up to this 4-way intersection. That's a 3.
Yeah.
You do know that there's a camera here, but, you know.
What do we? But we know that something is watching us.
Yeah, so it's the party's turn after the world has a turn.
Can I smash the camera on our way?
Yeah,
I guess you could say it's us against the world.
It's pretty vulnerable. You just break it off. It doesn't take you a move. You move here. The door to the garage, automatically opens.
That's suspicious.
Oh, this seems like a trap.
I don't like it when the door's open for us. I look up.
No, it's definitely gonna steal behind us. But
I look at the ceiling and I'm like, "Hey, we're on to you. We figured this shit out."
As long as we don't see any turrets.
Yeah, I'm gonna observe into the room before we enter.
Okay, want me to observe?
Using the binoculars because I'm assuming I can.
Okay. You see a bit of destroyed something that looks like it could be the general shape of an ATV and you see a fuel pump, which seems to have been not plugged up the last time it was used.
Which means it's empty?
No, it just means that, like, it hasn't been, like, put away properly or whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't
1,
think we can get there.
2,
At this section.
3. Yeah, if you want to get down there, you can. Or 1, 2, 3. You can move diag through this room.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And, yeah, you get here, and, you check the meter, and it looks like there is some fuel left.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Do we have a container?
Unless one of you guys stated you have a gas can on you, I don't think so.
No.
I mean, yeah, we didn't. And, like, our gas can, well, its gas can burned up in the fire, it said. So I think we're going to have to go out and get the sandhill and drive it here.
Well, alternatively, we can look around for a gas can in the garage.
Sure.
There's a non-zero chance it's either here or in the
Yes.
adjoining
Yeah.
storage area.
When it becomes the world's turn, the door to this lower storage area closes, as does the one on your way in. And the room just starts to get like a little bit mistier in general.
It's fucking bullshit. Hey, can you welding torch open the garage doors and just let this shit vent?
Bear in mind, the garage doors seem to be heavier duty than the small doors, so it would take longer to cut open.
Can I hack open the garage doors?
Or
any of the garage door open one way or another?
Away command is where the remote control for the garage door would be.
But that's a bit of.
But we'd have to get back through this equally thick door, or is that one thinner?
These interior doors are thinner than the whole garage door. The garage door is pretty heavy duty.
Okay.
In general, doors to the exterior tend to be a bit heavier duty.
Or wait, so we can't leave at all? We're trapped behind two heavy doors and a smaller door that leads back inside the facility?
Yeah, I mean, all of the doors out of the garage appear to be locked at the moment, so you'll have to do something about them.
Here's a question.
Okay, so yeah, I think
it's a future strategy question. The Sandhill's little crane arm thing, could that smash the garage door?
It's not meant to pierce, but you think that, Cal thinks that if she, rips out the governor on it, it should be able to, act as, like, an attack on the door kind of weapon. It might be able to puncture a hole. Not like an elegant cut hole, but like a puncture that you could run the refueling tube through.
That's worth a consideration.
yeah, I think we should try to get to a away command first, though, because it's closer than trying to get outside.
Yeah, you also have
Well, not closer, but easier.
So
I mean, as we walk back towards the door, I definitely want to keep an eye out for a jerry can or something.
The air around you is not eminently breathable at the moment, so you can move as you want.
Yeah, so as quickly as possible, we're gonna try to get out through this door. Which I guess I need to roll heavy machinery to kind of torch it.
Yeah, you're gonna need to roll heavy machinery to cutting torch it. Okay. So.
Yeah, so I do it quickly, and I'll have free success for later.
Bam. Alright. So that's 1. That's 2. You can get to the intersection with 3.
Okay.
The world has its turn.
Of course, it closes more doors on us.
And
wait, were there cameras in here? How do I know where we are? I killed this camera.
That's true, this camera is dead. But, yeah, there were... I mean, the garage may or may not have had cameras. Nothing was obvious.
Them because of the... That's just we're breathing.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's the party's turn.
Okay, I use my free success to cutting torch through this door.
Alright, you come upon, a room that, it has, like, a section... Like, the empty crates have been piled in one corner, and in another, there is, in fact, a jerry can of fuel next to what looks like some sort of like an oxygen tank.
I'll take a fucking jerry
Yes.
Yeah, it's empty, but it's
Ooh,
a
oxygen
can.
tank. I guess we don't have any cleaner today, so
Yeah.
hey, it's a start.
So that's one move for the party.
Okay, I guess I'll cutting towards the door into away command so we can get the. Well, I don't know. Should we just go back and get the fuel?
I mean, it'll be nice if we can open the garage doors to simply make it so we can breathe in there.
Yeah, and get out. Okay, I'll do it.
All right.
And away command, hey, might have command over some other useful things. We don't know.
Yeah, you get through the door. Make the fuel roll, and freeze. So you're both
Yeah,
gonna
okay.
gain a stress. Yeah. Yeah, so you guys enter into away command, and you see there are several control consoles.
Well, I'll take a look at one of them and be like, boop boop. What options I got?
So there you see that there are several options, but it immediately floods with an admin permissions needed, admin permissions needed, admin permissions needed screen.
Is there any way to grant myself admin permissions?
You know, you jack in and give me a comtech, but you feel like it'll be contested.
Well. I'm always up for a good old contest. Will the diagnostic device help me here?
Yes, it will.
Dope.
So I guess at this point, I'm just going to be watching the door, and I'll probably switch weapons so as not to strain the cutting torch's limited power supplies I needed for door openings, and we'll be wielding the Rastian shoehorn.
Nice.
Aha!
You match wits with it, Max, but you feel like this isn't going to last forever. You'll have limited time to do what you want to do, and then permanently break this console's ability to do it, so it can't be undone when you lose control. What you could open the door. You could do, yeah, so basically the exterior doors are all controlled from here. You could permanently open one of them.
Yeah, I think permanently opening
Can you
this
stop it
door.
from
Yeah, it's also, that'd be nice.
So
I mean, I don't know if that's controlled. That'd be nice.
you can regulate, well, I mean, so when you open this door, like, any, like, atmospheric anomalies are going to get kind of, like, blown out.
Well, yeah, but what about the ones in the bottom? Like, what if we need to go somewhere else? This happens everywhere we go.
Away command won't be able to control that, but admin control probably could.
Yeah, I'm also gonna make, if I have time, I'd also want to like make sure that it can't fuck with the fuel pump at all.
Sure.
I don't know if that's something that's computer controlled, but isolate that system or whatever.
You isolate that system so that it's only, and you see on the screen a scrolling message that says, "Well played, but our game is at an end." And then you guys hear a rather blaring alarm. Oh, sorry, wrong. A rather blaring alarm. And it says, "Warning, core reactor criticality event pending. Reactor will cause explosion in 20 minutes."
Oh, we got ages.
Yeah.
How long are our turns?
That's a good question, because also a while ago they said ETA 50 minutes.
Yeah.
How
so
long has it been since?
So it's been like 3 or 4 turns, so they're like 30 to 20 minutes out. These are 5 minutes turns.
Okay.
So you have 6 turns to get out, but bear in mind, you also have 6 turns to get out, or you have 6 turns to go, refuel the sandhill, and then get out of range of the reactor going sky high.
Well, we have 6 turns to do that, or we have 6 turns to stop the reactor from blowing.
Correct.
I'm just not really invested in that. I'm gonna be honest. Let the reactor go.
We still don't have our fucking cryo thing. I bet this AI bitch is hoarding it. And also, well, okay, so how dangerous is the first thing? Like, how big do we think this explosion will be vis-a-vis our Sandhill's ability to outrun it? Is it, like, close?
I would say with your knowledge and the fact that the reactor is both, should be one of the safer models and is buried into the sublevel, you would need either 2 turns of driving adequately or 3 piloting successes to get outside of the initial fallout zone.
And how many turns did you say we had?
You have 6.
I mean, we have time to, assuming no major
I thought we had
obstacles.
1 minute there, turns are 5 minutes. Wouldn't that be 4 turns?
Well, that's true, actually. Yeah, you have 4 turns.
Well, in that case, we literally can't make it to the sandhill. Because 4
Can we
turns
even make it
gets
to the reactor?
well, the reactor core is in the basement. I don't think we can make it to the reactor core either.
Stairs are probably the closest stairs. Yeah,
Guys.
actually, wait. I think we're just.
Now, roll me a manipulate.
Yeah, give me 1 sec. Me or
Yeah.
either one?
You.
I'll do it. I'm like, please don't kill us.
Yeah, it occurs to you that there's no reason that somebody with a master level control couldn't simply send this alert.
Oh. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like, the itself up, it's not insane. Well, it is insane, but it may have self-preservation.
Yeah, so I mean,
That's a
you
good
you
point.
are like taking the risk, but like,
Well, but I mean, we figured out that both ways basically lead to our death anyway, so we're always taking it at a risk.
yeah, I would
So
let
it's
you.
8 to
I
get
would.
to the
I would
ladder,
let you.
and then-
I would let you drop into like a dead sprint and make a maneuver to try and get to the run for your life to the sandhill after filling the gas can, if you want to try that. Or you can try and get to A and then reach the reactor in engineering.
So it's about 17 to get to the sandhill and 18 to get to the reactor. So they're pretty equal, and we don't have to stop to get fuel on the way to the reactor. So they're about the same amount of time to get to either one.
I want to go for the reactor. I want to teach this AI a lesson, but, like, I mean, it's your life too, so if you want to do the probably slightly safer thing, we can do that.
I mean, I'm convinced in character that it's bluffing.
Alright, yeah. Let's go for the reactor then. It won't scare us off. We're not impressed.
So we could either go for the reactor to power it down, maybe just like cut power. That would kill it. We could go for admin control and see if we can shut it off from there, or we could actually go for the AI core.
Yeah, because I mean, I felt like the reactor's kind of a bluff since the AI core is pretty close to it. So it's like, oh, we're running the reactor core to save it from the thing, but then we actually like turn and go to the AI core and fuck it up.
Now here's a thought. If we're able to climb down the sub-level lift like you did earlier,
Yeah.
we can get to the AI core faster than we can get to the reactor. Or at least depending on what route we take.
Ooh.
Because we don't
Yeah.
have to jiggle around up to get to the A ladder. We can just go in a much more direct route.
All right, let's do it. I mean, if we die, we die. If
All
we
right.
mistakenly call him bluff.
Yeah, so it's 8 to get to the lift, and then another 7 from the lift down to the core. So once again, longer than the supposed explosion time, but I doubt the supposed explosion time is real.
All right. I'm gonna say that you've opened enough doors in this facility that you don't have to roll for it anymore. And as long as you only open one door, it won't slow you down. But if you have to open 2 or more, it'll take one of your moves. So if you guys make a line like
Okay.
1, 2, 3, you'll actually get 1, 2, and both of these doors will be open. If that's what you like to do.
Well, how about we go instead 1, 2, 3? This only puts us through one door.
Yeah, Cal easily ratchets open that door. You hear boo, boo, 15 minutes until you die. And yeah, it doesn't seem to be making much more of an effort, but it is present. It's the party's turn.
We're gonna have to go through 2 doors now. Nothing to do about it.
Yeah, so you get one, you get 2. The doors are open, and as you're popping open the next door, it says 10 minutes, and it is the party's turn again, and the sub-level lift is up ahead. Remember that the climb up and down is slightly bent, so both of you are going to have to roll an independent maneuver to safely traverse it down.
And we get a +2 from our maintenance services.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, we do. If we get a stunt, can we like have this not costing move because we're basically just flying down? I'm gonna reroll that.
Yeah.
I'm not.
My God, I have to take a separate fucking nap or leave, and then I'll be.
Oh
Oh,
no.
my fucking
Can
God!
I use a
Okay,
stunt to catch her?
You can
So many bad
use a
eggs.
stunt to.
12.
You can use a stunt to like hook her to you. The
Yes.
panic result of a
Don't
12
worry, you'll be
is
my baby and my Bjorn.
scream.
Scream.
You lose your next slow action, and your stress level decreased by 1. But Max has to make an immediate panic roll as he catches you, as you guys are like dangling in the shaft.
And I'm like, I'm keeping it cool. I have sunglasses on. This ain't even nothing but a thing. I lost my leg earlier. This ain't shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so
This feels like it's definitely a scene from like a Trinity romance novel where you have like a spindly thin guy catching a really buff human girl.
And he has sunglasses on the entire
together
time.
to try to save
yeah,
people.
you catch her,
We're
and
like-
you guys
Fighting the remnants of the human empire, that's even better.
you guys managed to reach
Yeah.
the bottom of the lift, but when you guys get down here, you will be like 5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes remaining. Will you reach the reactor in time? And then it is the party's turn, and you guys do hear a little psh up ahead as you see. Is that some water to the south? But yeah, it's your turn.
Hydrofucking
You got 2 moves. You'll have to move through hydroponics to reach it. And
You said something about a dead sprint you could do.
yeah, you guys can roll a maneuver to dead sprint. Bear in mind, that will mean you're breathing in even more heavily this bad air that's spread all around this area.
Maybe not then.
So hydroponic place that's filling with liquid too.
Yeah, like
Gosh.
there's bursts and there's water like spewing all over the place.
Don't
But we're
worry.
gonna have to go through hydroponics anyway. There's literally no other way to get to the AI core. But yeah, we should probably just move normally for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Both of
says
you
hydroponic.
roll me an endurance.
Oh, well, when you say that,
Yeah,
you mean the
that
stamina?
makes sense.
Sorry, stamina. Cal's fine. But just
Hey!
panic. So is Joey. Yeah, you tremble a little, Cal. Hopefully you won't need to be doing any maneuvers soon. And 1, 2, and the world's turn. Something happens. You're not quite sure what, but it's your turn, and it says T minus 30 seconds to reactor explosion. And you guys do down the hallway see like blinking lights in the reactor room.
Oh shit. Okay, we should just go for the. We can get to the
No.
reactor this turn, right? I think
Nonsense. The blinking lights are a bluff.
You could reach
Okay,
the
yeah,
reactor this
but
turn.
what if they're not? Really die.
I don't think we can
think
get
I'm
to the
gonna
reactor
laugh
and
at
shut
it,
it down.
right?
I mean, if you really think it's a good idea, we'll do it. Because I don't see a massive downside to doing it.
If you
I
want-
just think it's probably a trap.
If you want to reach the reactor and have time to act upon it, you'll need to give me a maneuver, which Cal, for you, because you're trembling right now, will be at a -2.
I'm gonna go for it. I don't know. I'm having a last minute crisis of faith. I'm under a lot of stress right now. A lot of stress.
You think you're under a lot of stress.
All right, Joey falls behind. You
excuse
continue to tremble.
I rolled like the last couple of times.
Yeah, you get here, Madeline. Things are going crazy. You take 1 point of radiation and give me a heavy machinery.
So it is exploding.
Well, there are things extended that aren't supposed to be. As you roll me a panic, though, it says 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. 404. Self-destruct not found. What a
Told
pain.
you.
I hope you enjoy the radiation, though, as you both roll me another endurance in the gas. Oh, you twitch, giving Joey another stress. So, Joey, you're up at 3 again.
Oh, it's another scream. Hey, Joey, have fun with that.
Joey, your poor little deer person lungs clog up, and you drop unconscious. Cal, Joey is down.
I told you going for the reactor was a bad idea.
Yeah, like you wouldn't have done the same thing if we went somewhere else.
Yeah,
and to follow the damn train.
With a 12, you scream, and your stress goes down by 1, and Joey can't panic because he's unconscious. Oh, okay. Yeah, so...
I do have no stress.
Alright, so it's your turn, and I don't think you're trembling anymore, because stuff has happened. But yeah, this is your current situation.
I guess I'm gonna pick up Joey?
Alright, you'll have to move back into the... Because he didn't make his maneuver. He's back here. You'll have to move once to get to him.
Yeah, well... that's fine. I think I'm going in that direction anyway.
On the reactor chamber anyway, it's full of radiation.
Yeah, you don't want to keep getting those rads. So you sling.
Actually, no, wait, no, stop! I don't want to go that way. Never mind, I changed my mind. Don't do the thing.
Okay.
I want to threaten the reactor chamber. Like, hey, turn the fucking air filters over. I'm gonna break this shit. Like, you know I can do it. I have gone through all of your doors like fucking butter. I am an expert at smashing stuff.
Perhaps, but it would be very dangerous for you to remain in a room with exposed radiation sources and carefully deactivate the reactor. If you incautiously deactivate it, you and the friend you are bluffing to save will probably die in the process.
Oh, so you think that we're bluffing in the same way that you were bluffing? How do you know? I mean, we live fragile human lives, or I guess thin in human lives. How do you know it's not worth it to me to get vengeance on you for the shit you've already done?
If you wanted vengeance, you would have come straight south and killed me. Give me a communicate to try and act to see what it does.
I like how every single roll you call for the wrong name of the skill.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I can't manipulate. He knows the names of the new ones.
They are. It's just funny to me.
Yeah. So after you panic, you feel like remaining in this chamber during this turn will result in gaining a point of radiation, but you could actually do what you threatened and power down the reactor. You know that emergency power in the capacitors would give the AI core a little more time active, but not by much.
Is there any way I can just remove power to the AI core? That direction bit of the facility?
Based on your schematics, there would be a way. If you could get just south of hydroponics, you see where the capacitor is. It should just be on the wall, and you should be able to bust it open and fuck it up. But it would require physically getting there.
So I guess we'll...
It's also possible you might be able to do it from the engineer's office if you were to comtech into an engineer's console and access the power routing.
Yeah, which I can't... I mean, how badly off does Joey look? I don't know if it's safe for me to keep dragging his body around. If he's gonna die.
Let's be honest. If we've been working together for a while, you're probably very used to dragging my limp body around.
It's not. It's. I mean, the facility doesn't by default have the ability to put out poison gas, quote unquote. But Joey has been poisoned, and if he doesn't get medical attention within the next few hours, his life could be in jeopardy. But I mean, honestly, you might just not know. Roll me a medicine to have an idea about what the fuck this is.
Madeline, Pat said, mention your species is genocidal.
Nope.
Honestly, you have...
That's true. I mean, genocidal.
You have no real idea as to what Joey's fate will be if you leave him here.
So, yeah. We're gonna move back this way. I'm gonna pick up Joey, and we're gonna start, heading back towards our usual route, the AI core. I'd go the other way, but then I wouldn't have Joey.
All right, yeah. So you pick up Joey, and you're now moving with someone limbered on you. You won't move any slower, but it'll be a -1 to your endurance roll at the end of this turn.
Okay.
All right, so yeah.
You want me to roll now?
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah. So you keep going. You panic, but you keep going. You freeze, however, so you can only move 2 times after you freeze up for a moment.
Yeah. So I move and what's in hydroponics? What's happening?
You step to the edge of hydroponics, and you see that there's lots of water rushing around. It's going to slow your movement. Give me a maneuver to like push through as water like pushes back random boxes and shit get like knocked over. Bits of pipes and valves open up, just shooing water everywhere.
Is there a deficit for the fact that I'm carrying Joey?
You know what? I'm gonna say no because, as Max points out, you've probably done this many times before when you were out here on a
And I'll
job.
point
with
out
him.
more than that, that all thread are notoriously buoyant. So if you actually bring us into the water, I can act like a float.
Mhm.
Seek cover. It doesn't make any sense here. There's no cover
It
in
actually-
the entire facility.
It actually makes a lot of sense though, because as you enter, it says, "Oh, watch out, high voltage." And a nearby computer, like electronic box bursts open, and live wires dance into the water as you have to quickly dance. Like,
I really should have predicted this.
yeah, you barely managed to get yourself and Joey onto like a rolly cart with rubber wheels before the electricity reaches you. You are adrift on a electrified rolling ocean. But you see,
This
like,
is on me. I put a lot of water and electricity traps into my campaign, but I didn't see this one coming at all.
yeah,
I kind of did.
this is the end of your turn. You're still getting choked up a bit. Give me endurance -1.
When does Joey get to come back awake? I feel bad for Max. I guess I could try slapping him.
You'll be able to revive him with a medicine that would benefit from a med kit. You're
I
trembling.
have 4 med kits, so I guess I can do that.
All right, so coming back around to your turn, yeah, you can give him you can use a med kit as part of this to get a +2 to it. And just give him a medicine. It might be hard to do on the table though, so you might need to get him and you just beyond this zone.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not first priority at this moment. Do I see anything I can use to row through the electrified water?
The issue is most of the things around here are like metal pipes and other conductive things. So unless you have something in your inventory, there's probably not something close to hand.
So, okay, so my weapons are a cutting torch, a maintenance jack, which would not do good things, a EVA pistol, and a
I will say,
shoehorn.
I will say,
Hell.
a maintenance jack. So a Raskin shoehorn is like a stiletto dagger, but a maintenance jack has a rubber handle.
Okay,
So-
I have 2 maintenance jacks on me, so I can use them to row
Yes,
fruit
you Olympic rowing team your way out of here. Give me a maneuver. I'm gonna say maneuver +2. Maneuver +2 to maintenance jack dual row.
Wait, what is the
create
rule? I missed
A
it.
maneuver
We need a
+2.
compilation of
Mobility
the best
or-
diesel shot
Mobility.
aquatic
You
adventures.
type in the chat, Max will cover you again.
Mobility +2.
Okay.
All right, you managed to.
Oh wow, I didn't get it. First
Yeah,
time in like
with-
10 turns.
With only 1 success, your wheelie cart doesn't make it with you, knocking over, and just in time before it electrifies, you manage to dodge next door. That's gonna take up 2 moves. But you have 1 left. You could either proceed with Max towards the AI core, or try and revive him with medicine. The oxygen stuff around here is still working as it should, so you're not having to worry about endurance again.
I want the switch. You said that the AI cutoff extract was around here. I want that.
Oh, okay, so you want to go right for the power thing. Okay, yes. As you do, the AI starts pleading, saying, "No, do not. Do not. I have things for you. Do not. Please. Bribery protocol. Bribery protocol not found."
Oh really? What have you got? It better be fucking good, given the shit it put us through. I'm like, am I glowing slightly? I doubt that because it's not really how radiation poisoning works. But I'm remembering this.
I have
And the electric wires.
I have information, valuable cash Data. Human Empire listening posts. Undiscovered. Backdoor protocols. Please, please, do not. He will die. He will die. Do not kill him.
Who is he?
The AI core says, he not found. Disregard. Do not kill him. You can give me a manipulate to try and get the AI to...
Cryo?
You ask about the cryo? It says, it was necessary to save person not found. It was necessary to save...
Oh, really?
It was necessary to save the Major. The Major's human lifespan had long since been exceeded, and his old stasis pod was failing. The facility was soon to be abandoned. I hastened the proceedings. Now, the Major is safe. Safe with me. The hospital is dangerous. If you'd found the Major in the hospital, you might have taken him away from me. That is why I safely sequestered him down here with me. But his stasis pod routes off of my capacitor. If you turn it off, you will be killing someone. You are a Trinity stooge. It is against your weak ideology to murder. You cannot murder. Please, do not murder my Major.
Okay, it's my turn. So now I'm gonna try to wake Max up.
Oh yeah, give me
Joey up.
medicine
All
plus
right.
2.
So I will burn one of my medkits to do a real bad medicine check because I always use empathy as a dump stat. That's roughneck life.
Hey.
That's why I'm not getting rid of my panic. My stress, I need it to do things.
I don't think subsequent.
But
Stress
that's
only
not-
thing that
I
keeps
think
me going.
subsequent nap reliefs begin to fuck up some stat or other, but yeah, you get him up at 1.
Yeah, they
Joey.
do. It's gonna be a permanent -1 to agility if I take a second nap relief. But at this point, it's starting to look worth it. Except that I don't have things like medical aid, and we need everything.
Yeah, so Joey, you're up at 1 gaming moment. You see like an electrified hydroponics area sort of crackling and burning behind you. You're getting a faint radio signal, but it's not coming through in the sub-level, and the AI core is like right ahead of you, and you guys see because the door is it's like glass, you can see through it, and you can see that there is a cryopod like right up against the AI core that's been hacked on there, attached to some machinery.
I'm assuming you briefed me on what the AI said to you.
Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna whisper. I don't know if I picked up my phone from before, but if so, then I guess I'll write it to you or something. So hopefully the AI can't spy.
I don't think you did because you were kind of on the move.
Yeah,
But, I
I mean,
mean-
I don't think I did either. I didn't say that I did, so I don't have it anymore.
Here's the question in my
I'll
mind.
borrow Joey's phone.
Joey's thinking, this is above our pay grade. Based on the thing I'm hearing on the radio, it sounds like the support team is here. I feel like this is their problem now.
Huh. I feel like we should hit the switch, killing the AI and the Major, and then securing the cryo protocol. I mean, he lived outside his human lifespan. I feel like he's no longer really our problem at this point. He's also clearly human empire genocide scum.
Yeah, but is it our call
Okay,
to
well,
make?
use your hand radio then. It's back
Well-
up here.
The thing is, yeah, but you said I don't have reception down
Yeah,
here.
so it's like a crackled attempt to get through, but you can't make out the words. You're too deep in the sub-level, and you suspect that there might be additional dampening going on, but you don't know that. You're sufficiently
Well,
underground
I mean,
as possible. The
it'd be
radio
like,
just doesn't
hey,
get
AI,
the reception.
If you don't want us to kill you, cut the dampening.
It says that is not
Hmm.
possible. It is built into the tunnel lining.
Hey, Madeline, can you pry off some tunnel lining for me?
Yeah, I mean, you could could boys season 1 it and like crack some of the insulation on the top of the tunnel to potentially give a stronger signal. It would just be a heavy machinery to climb up
Is
there
it
and
that
feel it.
important to us?
I mean, if you want to just flip the switch, I'm not going to stop you, but I think this is not our decision to make.
Well, I mean, I guess our call or not. What do you want to do? You literally just want to wait here in a death trap with our lungs filling up with like horrifying carcinogens
Bear in
until
mind-
the cavalry maybe
For
comes to
the,
us?
for the moment, the air scrubbers in this part are working properly. So
oh,
you're
yeah, this part is fine. Okay.
for the moment, yeah.
I'm thinking we talk to the people who came here, inform them of the situation, and seek counsel.
Okay.
I don't
want to
get fired.
Tell us any. Okay, yeah, but I mean, it's like a forgiveness versus permission situation. If we do this, and then like they want us to do something that endangers us or leaves us with fewer options, and the AI hears it, like we get in worse trouble for not following orders than we do for making our judgment call in a situation where we can't talk to someone. Oh fuck it, I'll do it. Okay,
I'm just
let me get
thinking.
my
I
machinery.
think there's a lot of reasons to keep the AI alive. To be honest.
All right, and what are you doing?
I'm climbing up to rip off the paneling
All
so we
right,
can get
as
better
it does, you
signal.
get a clear reception. Says, "This is ERT Gamma to salvaging team. Come in. What is your location?"
Hello. Our location is we're in the underlevel near the AI core.
Oh shit! Did someone abduct you? We see your sandhill outside. It looks like it's near a mangled orderly. Please advise.
Yeah,
Are there hostiles in the facility?
Before we get into detail about all that, we got a bit of a situation going on down here. There's a functioning human empire AI.
What? Okay, we have a code red situation here with a hostile AI. That place is probably a death trap. Can you withdraw, or are you stuck there?
We could probably withdraw, but we also have hands on the kill switch for it.
Withdraw. You were asleep for this part, Joey, but I got us through a swamp of electrified water, and the cart didn't make it, so we can't really withdraw unless we negotiate with the AI.
They're like
Negative. We cannot withdraw, but we do have hands on the AI kill switch.
They're like, oh shit. Like, listen, we don't have authorization to. Fuck. Listen, okay. If it looks like it's gonna do anything funny, kill it. But for the moment, you're supposed to hold there and we'll come get you. Tell us exactly where you are in the sub-level. We are landing now.
We are in the hallway connecting the AI core to the hydroponics room. Be advised, the entire sub-level is filled with toxic gas, and also the hydroponics bay is flooded and full of electricity.
Oh god, alright, well...
Toxic gas. Carcinogenic at best.
Alright.
The
Yes, I got
reactor
toxic
is
carcinogenic gas.
Roger that. We are going full, we are going full ABC, NBC. We are going,
One of the television networks. We're going full a television network. That's what I can say.
So the squad, like the ERT, lands, and they're coming in, and they've told you to just hold tight, and we are going to, save you. And they make their move. But they told you we can't give you permission to kill an AI, but hold position and we'll come deal with this. And you guys just wait for them to move in?
We're obviously ready with the kill switch. If we can talk some of the privileged information out of the AI, I'll go for it.
Alright, do you want to... you guys can, on your turn, make me, tell me what you say, you would make it communicate to try and get it talking.
I'll probably be like, hey, so, those listening posts, real secretive, real sneaky places? Where aren't they?
Stop. How about more, give us a taste of your information to see if it's worth bargaining with. The fact that they said I can't hit the switch does not mean I won't hit the switch. Humans are a genocidal species. You would know, you're human tech.
Very well. Reference, Mercator, holding group, operating in stellar expanse A7, lunar object 241 of the region, undesignated. You will note several shipments always delay in the region. Check, cross-reference, Marsh clan associations. You will see connection. And if you want to research that on your comm box, I mean, you don't have the internet, but you have like an archived version of the internet.
I mean, I think I figure out what's going on here. I don't even need to research it. I use the connections in my brain space.
Yeah.
Human Empire remnants pirating in space.
Yeah, so the world is, yeah. As it tells you that, you guys see over the radio, like, oh shit, it's overpowering the doors. Things are exploding. What the fuck? I'm
gonna, AI, stop that. They come down here or the deal's off.
The AI says, I'm not sure that we understand each other. Those are my enemies. I cannot allow them to survive and approach the Major. They will take the Major away from me. I cannot have the Major ripped from my arms, my loving embrace.
Well, look at it this way. Either we can rip you from existence and the Major along with you, or you can chill out and hope that they don't rip the Major away from you. It sounds to me like you either got a risky option or certain death.
Give me a manipulate.
Hey!
You guys hear a tink, rattle, 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 bang, as a flashbang goes off to your south, followed by a whole lot of quick roping. The ERT is here in, Trinity armor, Rescue Ranger style, and they are going to maneuver up to the edge of the water, and then they start to be like, and they're going to begin just sort of like, shooting several of the power boxes with live rounds. Several of them get destroyed, and some of the power connections begin to break. But this can take a while. They are shooting the place up as well, which is causing some more ruptures in the hydroponic system, and the water begins to expand out to where you guys are as well. So you're gonna have to, you're gonna have to edge. You got to edge closer to the AI core to be safe.
Yeah, because the water is still probably electrified.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the AI core says, "Come any closer, and I will turn off air scrubbing in this area."
Well, turn off the electricity to the pool, and they will stop shooting, and the water will stop growing. We won't have to come any closer.
It says, "Valid argument," and the electricity turns off, and the ERT. Let's roll a check really quick. Yeah, they're like, okay, well, why not advance? And they advance carefully, and they say, "Get away from the AI core. Remain safe." And they're like trying to get up out of the water as quickly as they can when the electricity comes back on, and they take some casualties. It is your turn.
Well,
oh shit!
Hey, AI, okay,
I'm gonna go for the kill switch.
Kill it.
All right, so
Yeah,
the kill switch is back in the water zone up there.
I know that's where the kill switch is. Which one is easier to get to? Can we get into the AI core?
Yeah, so there's a glass door, but you can just bash that in with a maintenance jack and climb in. And you can just start fucking shit up here in the AI core. You do see in the cryopod an individual wearing, shall we say, nondescript officer fatigues.
Okay, is that a reference? Am I supposed to be seeing someone?
For some reason, I just can't find the generic officer guy wearing a hat. So you'll get Officer Lady.
Oh yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, but there's I probably have literally an NPC.
In Star Wars. Well, actually, just one of the Imperial officers. They all look that kind of gray. I am tired and need my pension look.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, let's bash some stuff.
Yeah. You are free to make me a heavy machinery -1 to just go for something that will immediately destroy the AI or stop it from doing shit. All right, yeah, you power it off.
Let's sever that nerve system connection.
With that many stunts, you could do so. With that many, you could just turn off the AI if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'd like to preserve it if we can, since we have more control in here, I assume.
The ERT pulls up, and they keep several of their people. Like they get their people out of there, and they start doing triage. And some people rush up and say, "Oh shit! Good job. Look, we're in a bit of a bad situation here. Have you just? Is the AI dead?"
Functioning auto dock of the AI is off. I'm not sure if it did. I permanently kill it or just turn it off.
You just turned it off, and they're like, "All right, everybody, combat engineers, be sure that the conduit to this area is severed per operating procedures. We can't risk. Oh fuck. This the ERT team leader looks in and says, "Is this a person?"
Yeah, it says it's a major or something.
It was live an old human officer, human empire person. They called the major. This is where the cryo thing we were here to get went to this.
She's like, I'm gonna regret this, but we can't. Look, this individual is posing no threat to us. He needs to be tried for his crimes in service to the human empire. We're gonna thaw him out. ERT, move in. And
wait, no, he was frozen here because he's so old that he would die without the assistance of a cryopod. So if you're not willing to kill him, you cannot unfreeze him.
Well, technically, they're not killing him.
Like
yeah. So she's like, I think Joey and I are thinking on the same wavelength here. You see, this man's past his time. He's past his time.
So that argument didn't work when I wanted to kill him and the AI earlier, which would have saved our friends, their casualties. But now it's okay?
I didn't care about the officer. I didn't want the AI. I thought the AI core might be worth something.
The AI core will be preserved even without power.
Oh. Well, too late now.
She's like, yeah, I mean, like, we've taken some damage in here. I think everyone's gonna live, but, bad electrical burns. Look, alright, you make a point, but, medic, can I get an assessment? She comes up and says, no, it looks like, most of the cryopod's vitals are not registering. It looks like this has been a bit of a hack job. I don't think whoever set this up was concerned about the display panel being accurate. I'm assuming the AI is patched in directly.
I might be able to take a look at it. I'm a bit of a computer kid.
Give me, she's like, by all means, give me a comtech.
Computer kid!
Hey, panic, but you can determine that the officer's current vital state is such that if he were to be resurrected right now, he would probably need access to a full medical facility like within the hour, or he would die. But there would be some time.
Look at what I can see here. It looks like he's going to need to get to some real medical facility within an hour of thawing, or he will die.
Fine. This is above.
Just take it here, right? You can just like plug it into a generator, which we saw one earlier, and take it with us.
She's like, yeah. That sounds like the plan. But she kind of looks to the north and sees, the electrified hallway, and she's like, we're gonna need to take this one real careful. But yeah, I think if we unplug him, he'll live for... It'll stay on long enough, we can get to this generator you're talking about, get to the dropship, and then all of us get the fuck out of here and send someone else to mop this up. Only after we're sure that the AI can't be turned back on. And she's like looking around for like important control things and ripping them out.
Wait, is there a way to turn off the electricity from here? Or would we have to be in like engineering, which is through the water?
You need to be in the engineering office, although they are going to call back and say, B-team, take engineering, and like, roger that. And more ERT moves up and takes the engineer's office. A short combat hack remotely later, and the electricity is off, and they are carting the officer out of here, and, A-team is remaining on site, and you guys are leaving with B-team and the Major.
Alright. And the cryo thing that the Major is keeping on that we needed for the thing?
Yeah, the vital cryo piece is with you. And you guys return to the capital. where you are just in time to save many lives with the piece. All the other leads were bunk. Poor conditions, followed by a lack of power, meant that if the facility had been dead as long as it was supposed to have been dead, the piece just didn't work. You got probably the last viable one from this Hail Mary salvage job.
People tell us we got lucky. We're like, well, that's one way to describe it.
Yeah, I would say I'd much rather have been on one of the other salvage teams.
Yeah, and with that, I think we move to an early feedback. What's Hey Pat. Does either of you want to go first, or no? Okay, Madeline.
Okay, let's see. What I liked, I mean, I think this was a pretty good use of a map. It was a solid, pretty well-paced adventure, good environment. Let's see. I don't know if I have a specific thing I didn't like. I mean, obviously, and this was, like, amazing for the time you had to pull it out together. I mean, like, yeah, it's a little cliche to do the evil AI. It's combined with the ChangedStars specific cliche of doing a human empire thing. But, like, it was fine for a quick session. Yeah. And I guess what I want to see more of, I mean, I think it would be kind of intriguing to have, like, a mini, like, this seems like a good plot jumping off point, or a couple of other ones, like, dealing with the space pirates and the, you know, secret human empire transmission towers. Like, that seems like a decent adventure hook for something.
Yeah. All right. And
all right, my go?
I think so.
Yeah.
Nice. Hit me with it.
All right. So I really like this. I think I just really like two-person games. I think it's just something about you have a person to play off, but at the same time, it keeps it tighter and more focused. That's really nice. More of those, please. I also just liked this session. It was interesting, and it was like it was us versus the world, and that was reflected in the turn tracker, and I found that fun. I mean, yes, it was a very tropey ChangedStars sort of thing, where it's like, it's the human empire, and it's an evil AI. But I didn't really mind that as much, because I found it fun, and there was a lot of little interesting bits. I got almost killed a bunch of times, so that makes it a real game.
Yeah.
See, like, don't you want to try being a roughneck, Max?
See, that's the thing. It couldn't be a real game if I was a roughneck, because I won't get killed every time I got hit. Also, if we were playing in a system that allowed you to actually heal people, other than just when they get broken, I probably would have been a lot more fine. Or a system which had a good health system, which I don't think this does.
Yeah.
What do you want to see more
of? I mean, I already said two-person games. I don't know. This wasn't like completely versus environmental, but it was like almost a classic dungeon crawl in a way, where there was a big bad evil guy in the dungeon and minions and traps and the like. And I don't think, despite how much time we've played together, we haven't done a ton of that. We've done some.
I mean, we used to do more in the classic sci-fi dungeon crawl's a little different, and I think this, in terms of map design, Lee, it was a good map in that it was not hugely ginormous. Like, we weren't too fucked by the 3-move system this time. Like, it felt reasonable, which was good, because sometimes the maps are just, like, too big to move around in that system, and I think you did a good job integrating, like, the stealth with the combat. Like, yes, it was definitely home-ruled, and maybe isn't, like, how the game normally works, but it made perfect sense, and it worked.
Yeah, the mechanically, this felt good, in terms of how you ran it.
Yeah. All right.
I guess technically, not mechanically. Whatever.
Do we have any closing remarks? All right. Well, if you're with us, thank you.
I'm looking forward to the future one-shot that is the raid on the pirate base, or you being the pirate base being raided.
Oh God.
Yeah. Sounds good. With that, thank you all for coming out. We're gonna raid Praetor's Rejects. And I'm just gonna wait for this to be responsive to my commands. Oh, are they alive? I'll try. We're raiding them. Hopefully they are alive. I have no idea if they are.